Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been how long has it been? Week and a half, 2 weeks since the last one.
Yeah, it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? You took your trip to Portland. How was it, by the way?
Rainy. That's how it was. It was rainy.
It was
Um,
raining. Okay.
yeah, but it was cool. We got to see a potential All NBA player live in the flesh.
Mm.
Mhm.
Shout out
Um,
to Denny, man.
someone who had I want to say the most points I've ever seen in a playing game. Shout out to you, Danny Abdia. But today,
That's not
on
true.
time, who had more?
That's not true. You're going to respect Big Deuce, Big Zero in Boston, drop 50 against the Wizards in the play-in game. Respect him.
I forgot the playing existed all them years
Res-
ago.
respect him.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah,
fault,
yeah.
my fault, my fault, my fault. Um, did I even watch that game? I don't know. We'll just say this is the best I ever seen.
Okay.
Um, but nah, today we're gonna be talking about our All NBA teams. Um, the way it's gonna work is me and Rotok are gonna go through. We're gonna say who we have on our All NBA teams, and then you guys can come up and tell us what you think, who would be on your All NBA team, why our All NBA teams are amazing or why they suck, or whatever the case may be. And we're just going to talk about the best players in the world for a little while. So it should be fun. The one and only rule is that we are not honoring the 65 game rule. We are going to have our All NBA ballots how we think they should be. That does not mean you don't have to honor it. To if you choose to have everyone played over 65 games, you're entitled to do that, but you are not obligated to do so. So guys like Luca, who's the most obvious one, Cade, Anthony Edwards, the guys on the thumbnail. That's why they were the thumbnail. Amazing content creation. Will be eligible for our lists. Um, so let's start from the third team and work our way up. Do you want to do one name at a time? Like you do a name and then I do a name, or how do you want to do this?
Sure, yeah, we can do it. We can do it like that.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you, who is the first person on your All NBA third team?
My first person on my All NBA third team is going to be Jamal Murray.
Okay,
Obviously, he's had a
Jamal
phenomenal season. Um, Great pull up jump shooting season this year. We do know somebody who religiously spouts the stats out, so I don't have to do that. But in all actuality, he has been fantastic for the Denver Nuggets this year. A lot of people have the complaint about Jamal Murray throughout the years is, oh, when Jokic gets off the floor, you know, offense goes to hell. You know what I'm saying? Even if Jamal Murray's out there, but he has definitely fixed that problem this year. He's been able to have the same offensive rating without Nikola Jokic as vice versa. So even when Nikola Jokic, is out there without Jamal Murray, still around a 119 offensive rating, was able to keep the team afloat while Nikola Jokic was down, had a winning record. I think he averaged like 30 during that span of time or whatever like that. So playmaking at a very high level this year as well. He's had a phenomenal season. He's had a phenomenal season. But the reason why he's going to be on third for me and not the second is because we're including, all of the names. Now, if we were excluding them, he might be on my second team, but be it that we're having everybody on the list, you know what I'm saying? He makes my third team.
Yeah, Jamal was on my second team, obviously honoring the rule, but unfortunately he had to move down to the third team to make way for some other people. I do think he has had an absolutely amazing season. Box score wise, he's averaging about 25, 7 and 4, I think. Um, he was close to 50, 40, 90, which I think is a weird measure of things when you're shooting 7.5 threes a game at
Hmm.
44% from the field. I kind of don't expect you to shoot 50% from the field. But nevertheless, really, really good year. One of the best jump shooters in the league this year. Um, the playmaking has been really good. I will say the 119 offensive rating without Jokic. Now, part of that is they shoot 42% from three in those minutes, but he's also part of that.
He's part of that, yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the elite shooting. But we can understand, smaller samples, thinking is a thing. But to the point of he's definitely kept that offense afloat this year without Jokic in a way that hasn't been true of Denver for many years, I think is a testament to him bringing playoff Jamal Murray to the regular season. I think it's a well-deserved All NBA selection. The only reason I wouldn't have him higher is I do think there are guys who are both better offensively, and he's also just not been good on defense this year. But his impact, I do think, has been extremely felt this year. He's also been one of the better clutch performers in the league, despite
Yeah,
Denver
it's
struggling
been.
in the clutch this
Yeah.
year. He's been a steady presence for them, closing out games. With his shot making, his ability in pick and roll. The two-man game with him and Jokic. Um, just an absolutely amazing season. I want to give Jamal Murray all of his flowers for how good he has been. It's just um, unfortunately, the standard in the NBA is so high that second team was probably a bridge too far for him. But a very well deserved first All Star selection, and I think he will make All NBA. So I also think the voters will
Yeah.
put him on
He's
their
a,
ballot.
he's a really good player. I do feel like he's going to be the. Yeah, I actually really like this comp. I think as the years go by, he's going to be like the Joe Dumars of this time,
Oh
to where
wow,
it's like, because I don't think like people like really talk about how good Joe Dumars was,
I
like for
wasn't
real,
beaten.
for real. He was a really good player. Like when I go back and watch those Pistons teams, that's the player that I come away most impressed by is Joe Dumars and how skilled of a player he was for that time.
Really good
Um,
passer.
yeah, good passer, good pull up shooter for that time as well. Cool little handle, had a cool little skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like Jamal Murray is a really skilled player.
I
Like,
agree.
and for me, if it wasn't for so much black magic against my team, I thoroughly actually like enjoy watching him play when he gets into that mode. Like when Jamal Murray gets hot, it's one of the better watches in the league because he's hitting shit like it's like,
Pure
oh,
skill.
okay.
It's pure,
Yeah,
pure
it's like,
skill.
okay. You out here just throwing shit up and it's going in right now.
He,
Okay,
he one of the
like
he one of the best shot makers in the league, like for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah.
Off the bounce, the step back threes, side steps, the mid range shot making. Now, ultimately, like for the effectiveness, yeah, you'd like to see him get to the rim a little bit
Hmm.
more. You like to see him like if he was more of an explosive athlete who was able to create easier opportunities for himself. Yeah, I do agree with all of that. But when you are that gifted of a shot maker, the value that you're still able to impose on the game, especially now that he's shooting threes at a really high volume,
Hmm.
he's been one of the most impactful scorers and offensive players in the league this year. And despite being what I would say a bad defender, despite that,
Hmm.
I still think he's been one of the most impactful players in the league. So he is also on my All NBA third team. I'm
Also, I
trying to
just want
think.
to make
Oh,
thing
go ahead.
one thing clear. I do know Joe Dumars clears defensively. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying like, yeah. I'm just saying like they kind of resemble each other in my opinion as far as like how they look on the court sometimes, and I think they're going to be like some of the more forgotten better players as time goes by in the era.
someone said Kyrie, and I can't say I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Um,
I think,
I
I mean,
see, I see what they,
I
I see
get
what
it,
they're
yeah,
saying. Yeah,
but I
I see
also
what
just
they're
I
saying.
know Kyrie though too, so it's like,
Oh yeah, no, no disrespect. He's not Kyrie, but I
yeah,
see what they're saying in terms of like
hmm,
he
hmm,
plays next to someone who's gonna take a lion's share of the credit, so he's not really gonna get his flowers, but he's already done it
hmm,
on the biggest stage, and the efficiency, the
hmm,
skill from multiple levels of shot making.
clutch,
Yeah, like I see it. I
yeah,
see I see what
yeah,
they're
yeah,
getting at.
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah, yeah,
he's no Kyrie, but I see what
yeah,
they're saying.
hmm, hmm.
So yeah. The next name I want to go to. Um, I'm gonna go with this guy. The next person on my All NBA third team was Jalen Duren. Um, I think he's just had an amazing year. Offensively, just he's the epitome of a big doing big man things, as Chill would say.
Hmm.
Just his screening, his offensive rebounding, his rim running, his finishing around the rim, and then also like all the other stuff he does in terms of the passing ability, the ability to take on offensive burden in an unorthodox way when Cade's not there. Like
Hmm.
the idea because of his play style, because he's seen as this rim running lob threat big, people think his value is like directly tied to Cade,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not. Like, he's able to produce offensively regardless of who's around him because of how physically imposing he is. He's able to create his own offense off the glass. He's also just such a big target and has such a good catch radius that it doesn't take the best playmakers to get him involved in the offense because of how good of a screener he is. He's able to create separation for his guards because, like I said, of how big his catch radius is. It's a lot easier to get him the ball than other typical bigs who were less coordinated, less skilled. I'm looking at guys like Clint Capella's of the world. So
Mm-hmm.
he's able to get his own offense. He's able to self-create his own offense in a way that is atypical. It's not let's give him the ball on the block and go post up and dream shake and all of that stuff. But he's
Mm-hmm.
able to just manufacture his own offense in a way that isn't tied directly to Cade Cunningham. I think I've said it many times about what his numbers are like per 75 with and without Cade. I actually do
Mm-hmm.
want to find them just so I can kind of illustrate the point. And they just recently played a stretch of games without Cade in which they were successful. So that also adds to it. Um, Jalen Durham without Cade this season per 75 is averaging 27 points, 14 rebounds on 70% true shooting. And he's also plus 7.6 in those minutes. One of the premier offensive bigs in the NBA. And then with Cade is 24 and 13 on 68% true shooting. So his scoring goes up, his rebounding goes up, and his efficiency goes up without Cade. Like, that's just a testament to how good I think he has been. Also, just his physicality and ability to draw fouls is also something that is extremely valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And then defensively, I think this is the best year of his career. I still think he could leave it. He leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of like his overall drop discipline, and he's not the most mobile out in space, but he has improved like a lot in terms of his positioning on defense. I still think he's a solid defender. But the reason I have him on my all NBA team is the availability. Plus, I think offensively, there's not many bigs better than him. So I think that's why I would have him on my all NBA team. I couldn't get him on the second team because, quite frankly, when you're a big and you're not that level of defender, you kind of need to be a different level offensively that he's not
Mm-hmm.
quite at. So I could only get him on my third team, but I do think he's having an amazing year. And I do think the only reason maybe people don't seem to acknowledge that is that his minutes are quite low for like a player of his caliber. He's hovering, I want to say, around 28, 29 minutes a game. So like his box score says he's only averaging like 18. What's he averaging?
Mm-hmm.
19 and a half. My fault. 19 and a half. So his minutes kind of undersell him as well. But I do think he's been one of the premier bigs in the league this year. So I had him on my all NBA 13. Did you have him higher?
No.
Did you have him on the 13?
Um, he's
Damn,
been a
you're a
name I'm
hater.
now he's been a
Damn.
name I've been considering. Cause like, okay, I will say this. Very impressive what he's doing without Cade. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give him that. Also think that he's just cleaned up a lot defensively, even if he's not yet like this great defensive player. I do remember um
Used to suck.
I used to watch Jalen Duran. He used to foul a lot, it seemed like. Um, but my here's the thing. There's another there's a few other Jalen's that I'm considering actually. Um, whether it be, you know, Brunson. Do I think that he's outperformed Brunson in totality? Tough. Um, Jalen Johnson is also another name I'm considering. We'll talk about him later because I do think he's an interesting topic. But I'll get back to you on that. Let me throw out another name
Okay,
that I
okay,
know
okay.
we're gonna agree on. Right? Throw out another name I know we're gonna agree on. LaMelo. I got Melo for sure
Yes,
on my
yes, yes.
third team. Yes, 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 yes.
I have LaMelo on my
And shout out to
13.
LaMelo last night because in all actuality, he did the thing that he's not good at. Just
2 point
make
scoring,
2 point
yes.
shots. Yeah.
10 for
He
15
definitely
from
did
two.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked how aggressive he was scoring the ball. I think that's what his team needed that particular game. I think they kind of fed off that. Now, obviously, you would like for him to make some more shots, but I think the team needed him to be that score driven in yesterday's game, in my opinion. Um, I'm also not mad at the threes that he was getting up because they were of the these are some good shots in my opinion because he's coming off these dribble
That
handoffs.
Luca, the
No, because I'm
I'll
about to
leave it
explain
alone.
the
I'll
difference.
leave it alone. I'll
I'm
leave
about
it
to explain
alone.
the difference. He's coming off these dribble handoffs, and Khalil Ware, if you do recall, Khalil Ware is like near the basket. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So I can see why it was so tempting for him to get the shot up because like if once he gets the dribble handoff and Musa does set a solid screen, I mean he is open. Like it's an open shot for a quality shooter. So I wasn't all the way mad. Juxtapose that to a Luca dribble, step back, heavily contested three. I think those are two different shots. So I view one better than the other, in my opinion. So I wasn't all the way mad at those shots. And he still got downhill a lot in that game. So yeah, man. Salute to LaMelo. He's been one of the best offensive players in the league for quite some time now. He's driven positive offenses for quite some time now. Um, yeah, man, he's a phenomenal player. The pace he plays with, the passing and playmaking is S tier in the league. And whenever he can, if he ever does clean up that weakness in his game as far as the 2 point scoring, and he does that pretty consistently. He's going to be one of the five best point guards in the league. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had LaMelo third team, similar to Jamal Murray. I had him on my second team, but guys got added,
Hmm.
so he's now on my third team. Yeah, offensively, he's just been one of the most impactful players in the league this year. Now, part of that is driven by the fact that for large parts of the season, he's been literally their only point guard. So his replacement
Hmm.
coming in would be like a Sion James, Colin Sexton type.
Hmm.
Now it's Kobe White. So part of it is inflated by obviously lineups and who's around him, who's backing him up. But also the other part of it is he is just one of the best playmakers in the sport. Um, his ability to, although he's not a great 2 point scorer, his ability to constantly be putting pressure on the defense, whether that be extent because of his range as a shooter, and that draws defenders out to him, because of his willingness to consistently get off of the ball, and then that just putting defenses in consistent rotation. And then when he does break the 3 point line, the threat of the floater alongside his creativity as a passer, just creating open looks for people routinely. Um, he just drives really high level offense that where part of it is on coaching as well. I think Charlotte just run a lot of things where they have multiple actions like each time down the floor. That
Hmm.
creates good offense as the clock goes down. But part of it is also just LaMelo as a passer. I think yesterday was kind of like the sign of it, where you saw like many times in which he's breaking the heat zone because of his A threat to shoot, and then B just his ability to move the ball around. Also, his size at the point guard position is really valuable. I don't
Yeah.
think he's had a bad defensive year. Last night was terrible, but that doesn't count into my like
Hmm.
valor or whatever. I think he's been a okay defender. Um, while being one of the best offensive players in the sport. I said it on the panel a week or whatever ago. They have a +10 relative offense when LaMelo's on the floor. Like we're talking transcendent offense, performance wise when LaMelo's on the floor, and then they're a -4 when he's off the floor. Like this is something like
But
I'll just
even
put it this
even
way.
to the -4 part is
Mhm.
like to your point earlier, like forget that part because you can explain that away of the bad backup. But like again, plus 10
+10
when
is
he's on.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, last year when LaMelo was on the court, that Hornets team had a top 10 offense in the league when he was on the court. Like he's been doing this backpacking offense thing for the past 2, 3 seasons at a very high level. But people don't understand it because he shoots 40% from the field. So
Yeah, he's kind of like the epitome of impact over efficient. Like he's able to be impactful without scoring the ball
mhm.
efficiently. While also not being a very good defender. It's very, very unique. It's like imagine if Jason Kidd wasn't a good defender, but was still like
Yeah.
elite.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what it is. But yeah, I think Lamelo's just been amazing this season. I've been, if I had to say where I stood on Lamelo, I've been on the more pessimistic side when it comes to him in terms of his overall decision making and that ability to drive winning. I've definitely been on the side of Lamelo's flaws don't just get fixed when he has around good teammates. Um, and I still stand by that because he still can't consistently score from two and he has good teammates. But the value in which he drives, which was evident last year, like you said, the ability to drive offense even last year and how much they created without him last year, that was always there because of his playmaking, passing. You still obviously have the questions when it comes to the decision making and whatnot, but in grand scheme of things over a regular season, I do think you're willing to live with the shortcomings because of what it does drive in the bigger picture. In the playoffs, I have more questions about this because the samples are smaller. We're talking like 2 for 16 games in the playoffs mean a lot more than 2 for 16 games in a regular season when you can fix out the averages over a course of a year.
Hmm.
In the playoffs, you have two of these games, it gets really shaky, and next thing you know, you're shooting 32% for a series. So it's just how much does that hurt him in the playoffs? We'll see. Like even last night, he shot the ball poorly from three. Like they had a 127 offense when he was on the floor yesterday. Or was it 134? It was something ridiculous. I can't
Hmm.
remember the exact number. It was like 134, 127, something in that range. And then had an 85 offensive rating when he was off the floor in like the 10 minutes he didn't play. So that's like kind of the evidence right there. He can impact the game without being uber efficient. Just unfortunately, I would have him slightly further down the list because the start of the season is still relevant. Like despite how they looked since December, January, we obviously still did play the first 20, 25 games of the year, and he
Hmm.
was in and out and then wasn't at the same level to start the year. So I did have him on my third team. But an amazing year. So I'm glad that we both had Lamelo on our all NBA teams. I don't think he's gonna make it, unfortunately, but at least we both did have him. Um, we both, well, you've said Jamal Murray and Lamelo. I've said Jamal Murray, Lamelo, and
I'm gonna
Jalen Duran.
also agree with Duran. We'll have Duran there.
Yes. Okay.
We'll
Okay.
have Duran
Well, I
there.
don't want to
I made that
force you,
decision.
but I guess.
I
Okay.
made that decision.
Okay. So we so far we have the same three names: Jamal Murray, Lamelo, and Jalen Duran. I'm gonna say my fourth name. I don't think you're gonna have this guy. I'd be surprised if you did. I don't think you're the highest on him. I have Chet Holmgren um on my all NBA third team.
He's on my third team.
Oh, okay, okay.
I've
So your
seen
fourth.
some people try to put him on second, and I'm like, relax. I just think
Shout out to Chet.
in the spirit of elite team, Chet is more so okay. How do I put it? How do I put it? How do I put it?
You about to start
I do
hating.
understand
His
the
team cool.
no. I understand the value that he brings to his unit. Um, he's very impactful for the Thunder. Obviously, they're a better defensive unit with him on the court. Actually, he's been, I'm pretty sure, the biggest net swing player on OKC this year.
I think that's
If
been
you like,
true of him for like the last 3 years, I want to say.
yeah, even more so than SGA. So yeah, he's a very impactful player. One of the three best defensive players in the league for sure. If you have him number two, I'm not mad at it. Um, and so I just know he's going to be on the team more so. Like so, I put him there because D. Mitch, Evan Mobley, that like the
But
guards
you don't
with
think
the
you don't think
no,
he could be.
I think he's third team caliber. I do. But I just don't think I think like that's kind of the ceiling. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's getting like better than this. I understand how good Chet and Evan Mobley are. I think they're really good players. But I just think that's where they're going to cap out at really good players. Like that's third team all NBA from time to time. That's Chet. Yeah, that
From
makes
time
sense.
to time. Okay. Um, yeah, I have Chet third team. I'm more comfortable in his third team status than I guess you are. I don't know. Is comfortable the right word? Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I think Chet's had an amazing season. Obviously, like part of it is I thought he'd be further along offensively than he is. I still think he's like one of the best like play finishing like big types like as a
Mhm.
roller, his touch. He still can shoot the three at a good clip. Um, I prefer him like offensively when he's at the 4. I prefer him defensively when he's at the 5. But he can do both. Like the fact that he can play the 4 and the 5. He's also improved as a rebounder, especially when he is forced to play the 5. Well, I don't want to say forced, especially when he has to play the 5. He's shown that he can rebound in those units. That was a problem of his a few years back when they didn't have Isaiah Hartenstein. It was when Chet's playing the
Mhm.
5, they just die on the glass. But now Chet has shown he can handle that responsibility himself. Um, you've seen some of like the middle of the floor scoring where he's able to punish some mismatches better. The turnaround jumpers in the mid range and stuff that is valuable that he has added to his game. You still want to see him get stronger as a driver. You wanted to see him have more counters than just a spin, but development. Um, the biggest draw with him is obviously the defense, like you said, a top 3 defender in the league, there or thereabouts. Yeah.
Mhm.
One of the best rim protectors in the sport. The statistics bear that
For
out.
sure.
Obviously, OKC's defense with him is one of the best of all time. Has been that case in the regular season and playoffs for years now. His impact footprint is like all over this OKC team in terms
Let
of
me
how
know if I
the
let me know if I freeze right now. Keep talking though. I'm gonna try because I've
okay.
switched some stuff up. I need to know.
Yeah, so they and he's frozen.
I froze.
So yeah, you are absolutely frozen.
Oh my god, man.
um, but yeah, I think Chet's impact on this OKC team has been felt, regardless of whether or not they're the 1 seed or whatever. Just seeing how much better he makes this defense and how versatile he is, with his ability to play both the 4 and the 5, and his ability to shoot the ball, but also be really good around the rim in terms of play finishing, while improving as a rebounder. He's also a solid passer. I just think Chet is like a really, really good, impactful regular season second best player. Now we once again still have our questions in the playoffs. Can he get his 3 off in tighter windows? His jump shot is still like quite slow in my opinion. Can his self creation translate and bring over to the playoffs? All of these things are legitimate questions, and why maybe I'm not as high on him as an overall player as maybe some other people. But in terms of his regular
Mhm.
season impact, I have no doubt he's top 15. It's just can he carry that same impact, especially offensively, into the postseason, is whether or not I think he's a top 15 player. Goes back to our conversation
Mhm.
a few weeks ago. Difference between playing better than people in the regular season and being a better player. I think Chet plays at a top 15 regular season level, but he may or may not be that. He may not be a top 15 player based on the weaknesses that you can see in the regular season, but become more um, exposed or easy to exploit in the playoffs. But yeah,
I'm just
but kind of a
always
shoe in for me.
concerned about his like people be like, oh yeah, he's gonna develop and he's gonna get better, obviously. Like well, hopefully, because that's not always true. But it's the frame, man. He's just I don't know. I think the frame puts a cap on him. That is a slender guy, bro. Like even more so than a Evan Mobley when he first got in the league, in my opinion. Um, I even think like Victor is filling out faster than
Oh, for
like
sure. Yeah.
Chet's little, bro. Like that's a little guy, and so I don't know if he'll ever be like strong enough physically to make some of the improvements that some would want him to make as an offensive player. I think some of that uh, has to do with his strength and balance, but like, is that ever really going to when are bigger physical forwards not going to knock him off balance? Like, when is that not going to happen? I don't really see like that not happening for him in his career. So I just feel like his frame kind of puts a cap on him. I do think he's a skilled player. Like he's skilled, but it's some kind of like it's some physical like
Yeah,
limitations
it's funny. His frame is definitely held him back more on offense than defense,
there. Hmm.
in my opinion, anyway. Um, being that thin and being one of the best rim protectors in the sport, um, and being one of the most impactful defenders on the sport has shown that, yeah, I don't think he's necessarily being held back on that side. It's the offense where he can't really absorb contact and bumps, and when he's trying to drive, it's very easy to knock him off his pivot. It's why he has to resort to spin so much, is because he has to avoid the contact. So he has to, when you cut him off, he has to spin. And
Hmm.
then certain matchups just able to read that, and then he gets stonewalled, and then he's falling over, and he looks like Bambi, and it gets kind of weird. But regular season impact wise, I do think he's shown. I think most impact metrics paint him as like a top 10 player. which I think
Hmm.
kind of overstates him. But yeah, definitely top 15 for me. So far we are we've evened it up. We're four for four. We're looking eye to eye right now. So I'm gonna ask
Hmm.
you, who is your fifth name on the All NBA third team, and let's see if we have a clean sweep.
I'm pretty sure you're not gonna have this player.
I'm pretty sure I'm not either, but we'll see.
Yeah. Jalen Johnson is gonna be
Okay,
my.
we diverged at the last hurdle. We
Mhm.
diverged at the last hurdle.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson made my team. I know that we've tried to um excuse his PRA and the gathering of the PRA, but I don't know, man. When I watched the Hawks, and maybe I needed a much bigger sample size, right? I'm not going to say I watched like more than 20 games of the Hawks from start to finish this season. But when I watched the Hawks, Jalen Johnson looks like a good player to me. Like the 25, 10, and 9 that I see him accumulate, it's a good 25, 10, and 9. And more times than not, I know we like, oh, PRA, PRA, PRA. But more times than not, you know, if somebody ends a game with 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 12 assists, probably had a good game. Now, are there some outliers in which, oh, these numbers are fooling you? These numbers are fake. There are those outliers, but I do think sometimes when we denigrate PRA, I think we're focusing too much on the outliers than what the actual norm is. I think the norm for somebody who has 24, 11, and 12, that's probably a good game, a very impactful game as well. And so I see him, the new role that he's kind of commanded more so with Trey Young being gone now. I really do think he's a really good passer. Obviously, he's a crazy transition player, which we used to not penalize players like that. I used to be the only one, but all of a sudden now it's playing in transition is a bad thing. Um, when I see him play, the little mid post game be cool. You know what I'm saying? The little turnaround phase be cool sometimes. He hits them. Um, and I just think that he does a really good job orchestrating Atlanta's offense. So with their success, um, I did want to give some credit and attribute All NBA third team to Jalen Johnson this year.
Yeah, I consider Jalen Johnson. Um, I also consider Denny Avdia, who I would have above Jalen Johnson, for what it's worth. Um, I ended up going with a different wing. I think you know which wing I went with. Um, someone who you're definitely not high on, but someone we both know is very, very high on. Um, like really, really high on, like super
Who is
duper,
this?
uber duper, high on, like maybe way.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh,
There you go.
oh,
There you go.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You know what's
Um,
funny? I think I did actually. That's when because I did the little the ballot thing that everybody was doing, and so when I did mine originally, I was going to post it, but I was like, nah, because we're gonna do this on Wednesday, so I didn't post it.
well, my
Scotty
ballot is
did make
different to
my
this one.
third
Yeah,
team. Scotty did, and that's who I did. That's when I didn't have Jalen Duren on there. That Scotty was my other. Yeah, okay, all
yeah.
right. So I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I went with Scotty Barnes.
Mhm.
Offensively, I do think he is the worst of the three names I said. Obviously, him, Jalen Johnson, and Denny. I'm just gonna kind of put them all together because those are all wings that I considered. James Harden is like also someone I considered, but I didn't have him.
Mhm.
Um, he was on my original ballot. Guys got added, so he kind of came off. But yeah, of the wings, the biggest reason I have him really is because he's the only one I deem as a positive on defense. And not only is he a positive on defense, he's one of the best in the world. Jalen Johnson, I would probably say is has been average on defense this year, and Denny's just been bad.
Mhm.
My biggest drawbacks with Denny first is the defense. Then it's the how he looked when he was dealing with the back issues that kind of hurt part of his season. And then it was just overall in terms of his scoring profile. I had questions about his obviously intermediate game. But that was more of a playoff related issue as opposed to the regular season. Because in the regular season, he's been so good and so impactful offensively, it didn't really hurt his impact that much. Only in like certain games where it's a close game and you can kind of see his struggles in the half court. But over the course of a game and over the course of a season, when Denny was healthy, I think his offensive impact was extremely high. Jalen Johnson was kind of the mix of both, where he's better on defense than Denny, but he's also worse on offense than Denny, while not being as good on defense as Scotty Barnes. So I didn't know really what to do with him.
Mhm.
I have the same issues with his self creation as I have with Scotty Barnes, despite the fact that he's trusted more to do it. Um, in isolation this year, Jalen Johnson has a 41.7% true shooting.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Um, as like in pick and roll, he has a 49% true shooting, both of which are like obviously below league average. I do agree with like the mid post stuff. I actually want to see him in the post a bit more. I do think that's
Mhm.
probably the avenue to most of his half court success as a scorer. Now I do think his passing is really, really good. His
Mhm.
ability to see the floor and find his teammates and make guys who are not very big threats out there, like Dyson Daniels, being able to find them cutting and whatnot, get them easier opportunities is valuable alongside the transition skill set, which I do think holds a lot of weight in the regular season. But when it comes to like his overall impact, the fact that he's not meaningfully impacting defense, in my opinion, and the fact that his half court game was extremely limited, as particularly as a scorer, is why I couldn't have him on my All NBA team. But with Scotty Barnes, is I think he's an All NBA first team level defender. I think he's one of the most versatile defenders in the league, while being one of the most gifted passers at the wing position in his own right. I think he's a better passer than Jalen Johnson, for what it's worth. But I can see that going either way. But I do think he's a better passer than Jalen Johnson. And ironically enough, I've seen a little bit more in terms of his ability to consistently punish mismatches as a scorer, despite the fact that I don't think he's that good of a scorer. In that
He
particular,
definitely will do that. He
yeah, in that
definitely
particular
takes advantage
avenue,
of
I
his size. Uh-huh.
I definitely do think he's able to impose himself physically in a way that Jalen Johnson isn't. For reference, he has a 50% true shooting in pick and roll, which is slightly better than Jalen Johnson. It's like 1% difference, so marginal at best. And then in isolation, he has a 56% true shooting, which is actually above league average. So we've seen that his ability to punish mismatches has been valuable. Both of them leave a little bit to be desired in terms of like their off-ball game and ability to like space the floor for others. But while Jalen Johnson is able to crush the offensive glass, Scotty Barnes does so much as a screener and in the middle of the floor, playing 4-on-3s, being able to open up the game for his guards while being able to create advantages that way. So I would still say Scotty Barnes does provide more off-ball value, despite the fact he doesn't have the same rebounding and cutting value that Jalen Johnson does. He's not as good in transition, but he is still really good in transition in his own right. It's very hard to be a big wing with athletic tools and not be good in transition. Like it's very hard to do
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
although I'm going to give Jalen Johnson his
Unless he
flowers
just
for
don't want
being
to do
good,
it. Shout out to
yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
So I do think Jalen Johnson like obviously helps his team a lot in transition, and the fact that it maximizes his game, um, do want to give him a lot of credit for that. But ultimately, it comes down to I think Scotty Barnes is good enough on offense to where his defense can carry him to where I would put him on my All NBA third team. Um, but I definitely see the case for Jalen Johnson having a really good year. I don't want to just minimize it to PRA because, like
Hmm.
you said, he is one of the best rebounding wings in the league and one of the best passing wings in the league. So yeah, that's going to lead to rebounds and assists. Like it just is.
Hmm.
But that's because he's really good at those two things.
Hmm.
And then yeah, the points, yeah, people are going to score points, obviously. But yeah, so I understand the Jalen Johnson. And also, like Atlanta closed the season really, really well, and that definitely helped his case. But yeah, I just couldn't get him on my team personally, but definitely considered him. Although now I'm thinking about it, I'm fairly sure we're gonna have the exact same second and first teams, like the names. I'm fairly sure. Like, there's no way you're gonna have someone on second team who I didn't have at all. I don't think.
I don't think. Well, let me start. I guess with the name. I guess they're probably. So I have Maxi on my second team.
Oh, okay. So we have someone who I didn't have at all. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
Go ahead. Talk to me
I
about Terry
have.
Jackson.
I would. I have.
Oh, so who did you leave off? I think you might have left someone really interesting.
Yeah, no, actually, no. I'm gonna put. Yeah, I'm getting Duran out of here. I'm getting Maxi on my third team.
Okay.
Max is gonna be on my third team. Because Donovan Mitchell has to be on my second team. Yeah, that was the name I was. Yeah, okay, yeah. Donovan Mitchell had a phenomenal season this year, man. Um, very underrated. This was one of his, if not his best mid-range scoring season. Um, so he, you know, developed that aspect of his game. He's always been a pretty good pull-up three-point shooter, always good at getting to the basket, but he's always kind of lacked the counter to those two things. Kind of developed that little pull-up game off of pick and roll um, in the mid-range. So I really enjoyed that. Obviously, he was floor raising this team while Darius Garland was out offensively. They still had one of the top 10 defenses. I mean, offensive in the excuse me, offenses in the league. I don't know why that
Yeah.
was tongue twisting me so much. While Darius Garland was out, and even with Evan Mobley like disappointing as an offensive player, they still were elite. Um, and then even alongside James Harden, he's been really good. So I just think Donovan Mitchell, this has been one of his best seasons in his career, in my opinion, as a scorer. So yeah, D Mitch is definitely on my second team. I don't really think much to be said. He's great.
Yeah, I've been lower on Donovan Mitchell going like historically. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
I,
seen you turning into Jordan slowly. It's fine.
I was here before Jordan. Let's just put that out there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I've been here. But I can't deny how good he's been this year. I'm not
Hmm.
just gonna lie for the sake of pushing an agenda. Yeah, so I have him on my second team. I do think this is the best year of his career. He had a little bit of a slow march, and just like his three-point shot kind of abandoned him a little bit. Um, variance of the regular season, but this year he's averaged about 28, 5 and 5, I want to say something like that. Um, on really, really efficient scoring. The driving has been just as good as ever, if not better, because of like the consistency of his floater this year. So even when he doesn't get all the way to the rim, he's just been uber effective. This is probably his best mid-range scoring year of his career. Like I can't think of a year in which he's been better as like an intermediate scorer, while being someone who's still really, really good as a pull-up three-point shooter, really, really good off the catch. Um, I'm not the highest in terms of his overall process, but his offensive impact, especially this year, has just been extremely felt. You can see it like the on-off numbers say like I think that offense is like maybe 10 points worse without him. Um, it might have changed since James Harden has been there because obviously James Harden can play
Hmm.
without him, but especially with Darius Garland there, well, in and out of the lineup, I do think it was like 10-point swing. Um, that level of impact is definitely like in a year where there was a lot of turmoil in Cleveland. I do think that was really, really valuable. Um, I don't really have many gripes with Donovan Mitchell this season. The only reason I have him second team is quite frankly, I just think that first team is just kind of impossible to break into. It's not really anything he's not doing. He's just not as good as the guys I have on my first team, but
Hmm.
he's been really, really good this year. Really, really efficient. He's at 62% true shooting on the year, which is elite, especially for a guy at his volume. Um, per dunks and threes, he is 52% from mid range, close enough to 53. We'll give him 53. We're praising
Hmm.
Donovan Mitchell. We'll give him 53%. Played 70 out of 82 games, so the availability. I will say when it came to like guys who are really close to making it, I did just favor the guys who played more games. Because like if I think you're neck and neck, but one guy played 10 more games, that guy was better.
Hmm.
It's why I had Scotty Barnes over James Harden. Actually, it's because Scotty Barnes played 10 more games. Um, but yeah, he's just been really, really good. I think you could argue this is how good I think he's been. I think you could argue he's been the best two guard in the league solely based on regular season performance this year. Like I think you could argue he's played better than any other two guard. So yeah, I definitely have him on my second team. Um, yeah, I have nothing really against him. Even his defense, I think, has been mid this year. Like he hasn't been bad.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm with you. I have Donovan Mitchell's second team. But before we move on to anyone else on second team, since you then brought up Tyrese Maxey and I didn't have him, talk to me about Tyrese Maxey and why he's on your third team.
I just think he definitely deserves. to be All NBA this season. The way that he has kept Philly afloat a lot of these games when Joel Embiid is out, been amongst the league leaders in points per game and on decent volume. Obviously, he's one of the best pull up shooters from three in the league as well. One of the best transition players in the league as well. He is. I think Fox has slowed down a tad. I think he's the fastest player with the ball in the league, and so uh, just a very difficult player to stop. He's always willing to. He's a willing passer. I don't think he makes like any extraordinary reads or anything like that. But I do think he's not a ball stopper or anything like that. He can score in the flow of the offense. Um, yeah, I just think the offensive levels that he reached this year, I think deserves an All NBA shout for sure, and especially when you consider the circumstances in which he's been playing a lot this
Yeah, definitely understandable. I think just the fact that he played so many minutes this year.
year.
So even if he didn't play 82 games, he played more minutes than damn near anyone in the league this year.
Hmm.
Um, Offensively, especially to start the year, he was on fire. Just the overall scoring. It slowed down a little bit because I do think once again you see the flaws in terms of the self creation stuff. You're going to see that's a
Hmm.
very common theme in a lot of my criticism of certain players. But his ability off handoffs, off the ball as an overall spot up shooter, movement shooter is elite. You spoke about the speed. I'm probably on that side where, especially like guys his size, like maybe a Men Thompson's faster than him with the ball, even if he leaves the ball behind from time to time, like maybe. But like Tyrese Maxey is
Hmm.
a blur,
Yeah.
especially in transition. His finishing, like in terms of like the amount of finishes he can get to, obviously the floater, the off balance finishes, the fact that he's able to finish off the wrong foot so consistently, while being a really good free throw shooter. Yeah, he's not the greatest passer, but he's able to just draw so much attention that he's able to create for his teammates. Defensively, he's able to generate like a lot of steals and blocks. So like he's not a great one-on-one defender, and he does gamble a lot, but there is still
Hmm.
impact in being able to force turnovers, block shots, all of that stuff. So yeah, I definitely consider Tyrese Maxey with how good I think he's been this year. Just couldn't get him on, quite frankly. James Harden was probably someone I would have had above him, for example. But I think Tyrese Maxey he'd be on my fourth team if it existed. I think so. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Um, I'm fairly sure we have the same exact next four names. So I'm just gonna read them off. And if we
Yeah, we
don't have the
should.
same four names, you could
Yeah.
just correct me. But
Hmm.
on my second team, I have Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Cade, and Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, who do you want to talk about first?
Um, let's talk about Jalen Brown. He's been a very
The most
polarizing player this
divisive,
year.
yeah, the most
Yeah,
divisive.
he's been the most polarizing this season, and I was on the I was on team Jalen Brown bash. I know we're gonna act like it's not what it is. Here's one thing that Stats FC
Oh my
they
god, okay.
here's one thing that Stats FC they get me with this, right? So they think because they're using statistics that they're still not like bashing or hating on a player because it's not narrative driven for them. But like if your talk around the player is always or tends to be negative, then you are in fact hating. Now you can see you can say that your hating is justified or whatnot, but don't be oblivious to what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're trying to change the perspective of this player. Um, that being said, I know the on-off numbers and impact is oh my god, they're the same team when he's on, the same team when he's off. Look, the fact of the matter is that Jason Tatum went down for a majority of this season. And the fact that Jalen Brown was the best player on a team that was missing what 4 or 5 of its rotation players from last year, or 3 starters from last year, or something absurd like that, and the best player on the team is not playing, and they were the 3rd seed in the East. Like he deserves massive credit for that. I don't want to. It got to a point. I don't want to number one be so statistically driven that I then like I missed the forest for the trees if you say, you know what I'm saying? Like you take Jalen Brown off of this team for any extended period of time, they're not the third seed. Like they're just not. I know what the statistics say. I know it says that they're the same team with them on the court, without them on the court. I just if you bared that out for a longer stretch, and they actually had to be that, and not for spot minutes here, spots minutes here, spots minutes here. I think that collectively then it starts to change. I because they're just not as good of a team without Jalen Brown than with Jalen Brown. In particular, this circumstance with Jason Tatum not being there. So he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done. I think he's been a really good volume scorer this year. I never think that his true shooting is ever going to be like spectacular due to the fact that number one, he's not like this volume 3-point shooter, and even the threes he shoots, he's not like great at them. What is he like? 34, 35% or something like that. But
35% on the year.
yeah, but that being said, he's still one of the best drivers in the league. He can get 2 feet in the paint at will. He's got one of the best counters to that in his pull-up mid-range game. Um, improved as a passer and a playmaker as well this season. Um, I think he's been one of the best scorers in the league. Solid passer, cool passer. Um, yeah, I think he needs to be on second team, and I think we've done too much of discrediting him and not appreciating what he's done this season. He's had a phenomenal season this year.
Yeah, I think especially FC have done what they can.
Hmm.
And I think Jalen Brown is just really good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really all there is to it. I think he has a very versatile, I guess would be the way I put it, versatile offensive game in terms of the amount of ways he can impact it as a scorer. Obviously, if the three balls going, you have that, but the mid range shot making, the fact that he can get to moderate efficiency shots every time down the floor. Obviously, like there's mid range bad, blah blah blah. He's like a solid 40% mid range shooter where he can get
Hmm.
that whenever, while also being one of the most physically imposing wings, who's able to not only draw fouls but finish through contacts routinely. While being someone who, although I think he definitely took a step back defensively in this regular season as opposed to like what he's capable of, but still being someone who's able to take matchups is valuable even if he's not doing it for 48 minutes a game
Hmm.
or whatever the case may be. The fact that he can do it still provides value over the course of the season. Um, so when you're able to absorb usage and take over the more difficult jobs for a team's offense while being someone who's able to be burdened with on-ball defensive responsibilities during periods of games, during important periods of games during the regular season. Yeah, I think that's enough to get you on the All NBA second team. When you're able to do that at really high volume, moderate efficiency, when you're able to provide value in the variety of ways in which he does, while also, like you said, improving as a decision maker, passer, playmaker. I think his interior reads have been really good. And then the attention he draws as well, like the amount of drives he's drawing 2, 3 bodies, finding guys for kick out threes, whether that's them shooting or it's a pass to assist, whatever the case may be, he is creating really good offense for his team. Now, the drawbacks are obviously the consistency on defense, the turnovers, and then overall the overall scoring efficiency. And that's why I couldn't get him on my first team. But I do still think he's had a really good year. That some people underrate, some people overrate. Crazy that I think I'm the one who evaluating it just right, but that's probably how everyone feels about how they evaluate
Hmm.
players. No one thinks they're
Exactly.
wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Hmm.
going to be like the truth is actually where I stand. It's like, everyone thinks the truth is where they stand, but
Hmm.
yeah, I just think he's had a really good year. Um, so yeah,
MVP
he was
candidate
the one.
is too much, but acting like, but then having him on third team and Derek White second is absolutely
Shout out to
absurd.
D Lee. Shout out
Shout
to
out, shout out to
him.
him. That was crazy.
Um, but yeah, so we don't need to talk about the other guys on the second team. We kind of know Cade and Ant were gonna make it. They just missed the threshold, so we have them on our team. And then Kevin Durant. I think we spoke enough about Kevin Durant. There's not much to really add, I don't think, unless you want to talk about KD.
I mean, one of the greatest jump shooters ever.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we
KD
know what
really
he
good in a
is.
situation that
Yeah,
has no space, but he's able to be really, really efficient scoring the ball while being good on defense. There you go, Kevin Durant.
Kevin
Um,
Durant. Yeah.
and then the first team, well, I know for a fact we all have Luka Jokic, Wemby, Shea, and Kawhi. That's our first team, right?
Hmm.
Luka Jokic, Wemby, and Shea. There's nothing to really talk about. Luka would have made it if he played the 65 games. Everyone would have had the other three. Nothing to talk about. The only one that has, I guess, some controversy, so we'll talk about him for a little bit, is Kawhi. I know there's some people who are mad, 9 seed, blah, 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 blah. So why do you have Kawhi first team?
If Ant was able to finish the season out stronger, like that was the him and Kawhi and Ant were going tit for tat for my last spot on first team. Just because like I get that Kawhi has a great like what is it like since late November or December, late November or like early December is when the Clippers kind of turned it on and started being this really good team. But if this is a an award based on the totality of the season, I do think Ant started the season playing better than him. And then I think some months you could go back and forth throughout the course of the year where Ant's playing better, Kawhi's playing better, but I do think it was Ant's lack of defensive attention this year that probably makes Kawhi the better regular season player. As far as just who's better, I do think Ant is better than him. I just think Ant is better than him. I think in the playoffs he's going to show that he's better than him. But as far as regular season and what they accomplished in the regular season, what Kawhi was able to do, turning that Clippers franchise around, they looked like they were about to be giving, you know what I'm saying, give it OKC that lottery pick that the league did not need to happen, and could still happen. We need him to win these games. Need to win these playing games, but still one of the best mid range scorers in the league. Still added this volume 3-point shooting aspect to his game this year that increased his efficiency. I think he was able to be a better ball handler and passer himself. We gave that credit to Jalen Brown. I want to credit it to Kawhi this year. I think he's handled um, loaded up defenses and double teaming a lot better this season. And he's still been a plus defensive player. For guys like Kawhi, rating them defensively, I think sometimes as good as they used to be gets used against them. Like, no, he's not DPOY Kawhi Leonard, but he's still very much so a plus defensive player, right? Still really good in the passing lanes. Probably not going to be as good on these quicker guards, but it can still hold up even in man-to-man coverage against some of the wings and bigger forwards going forward as well. So, yeah, Kawhi's been absolutely phenomenal this year. I'm not worried about his seeding discouraging me from putting him on first team All NBA. We saw Steph Curry in 2021, where I think I'm pretty sure the Warriors were a playing team that year, but you know, nobody had a problem. I think Curry finished like third in MVP voting, if I'm not
He
mistaken,
did.
that season. Nobody has a problem when it's the light skinned guy doing it, but hey, somebody else does it, all of a sudden, oh my God, 19, okay, you be first. It is what it is. But yeah, Kawhi's been amazing this year.
Yeah, my first team was set in stone. That was really it was so rigid. No one was moving out. I wasn't really considering
Hmm.
anyone else. Kawhi's just been that good this year. Um, Defensively, yeah, I think he's been good. I don't think he's been elite, but he's been positive, which is more than I can say for some people. And then offensively, he's just been uh one man wrecking crew at
He
times. Just
has, yeah.
his combination of ball handling, strength, and then shot making is unlike anything I've ever seen, ever, unless there's someone like egregious I'm missing, but I don't think I am. Just the fact that you can't knock him off his pivot, you can't knock him off balance, but then he has the ball on a string, and then whenever he rises up, you're confident is going in, alongside adding a pull up three to his game. Like he's just a monster in any which way you want someone to create offense in the half court. He does it at an elite level. The only reason I guess he's not more efficient would be that he's not like getting out in transition a whole bunch. But even when he does, still really effective there. Really good shooting off the catch. There's not a single which way in which Kawhi can't score effectively. Um, and then he just commands so much attention that although he's not the greatest passer, um, he's just able to generate offense for his team at a really high clip. And then every time the offense stagnates, we have this release valve of Kawhi, just go get a mid-range shot. We'll take it. 55% mid-range. Like, cool, I guess. I don't know if he actually shoots 55%. I just made that up, but it feels like it. So just
I think it's
absolutely
like
ridiculous.
around high 40s, maybe low 50s.
Yeah,
I would look,
it's
but
just
then I would freeze. So
ridiculous, ridiculous offensive proficiency. And as you know, if you guys are subscribed over here, you know me by now that yeah, I'm not looking at team record. I'm looking at how well I think this individual is playing and how impactful I think this individual is. And Kawhi is that. And if you aren't subscribed to me, subscribe. But also subscribe to Real Talk because you know Real Talk's here. Um, Anyway, that's our all NBA teams. I thought this would take about 45 minutes. It took about an hour. But for the second
yeah,
hour,
I saw you were. I saw you
yeah,
were speeding it up. Yeah. I saw.
absolutely. We're not about to talk about all of these guys. No one will get to
Mhm.
come up. So I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to come up and talk about who you would be on your all NBA teams. So for the second hour, that's what you guys are going to be able to do. The link is now in the chat. So join up if you want, if you have something to say. If you have nothing to say and no one comes up, just want to put it out there. I will end the stream. I'm just perfectly fine doing that. I won't get out of here. So yeah, if guys don't want to pull up, they are not obligated to. I will happily leave, and you will just leave with our all NBA teams that we shared. But so like I said, the link is in the chat. I will pin it actually. Let me do my job. Bear with me. We'll pin it in the chat. You can join. We are going to prioritize people with cameras. So if you have a camera, that will move you up the line in the order in which people pulled up. And then yeah, that's it. So we have, I want to say this guy's been the first guest every single time, so he's lurking. Nassim is back. I want to say you've been our first
Mm.
guest every time.
I don't know. I mean,
So yeah,
y'all
pull it.
can easily like clear the streak and just pick over me. I don't know. Like,
No, no,
but I
I honor the
appreciate you
order. I
guys.
honor the order. I honor the order.
I appreciate you. But yeah, I think you guys have a pretty good list. I was just thinking about some like notable guys, or not even notable. A lot of guys have had some down years this year. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I had a list of like certain people that was playing, and then I think while y'all were naming off certain guys, I was looking at other people that were like eligible, but like it's really ugly. Um, I don't, yeah, like P5, even though yeah, P5 is just ugly.
I had him being second team on NBA going into the season.
Uh-huh. He has not fulfilled
He
that
might
at
be
all.
17th team All NBA. Like
Yeah,
if
he
you win
might
that,
be. Possibly one of the boys in San Antonio between Fox and Castle. I think they made it. Um, who else did I have
there's
under in
two
my?
New York Knicks that no one has brought up.
I was gonna say Cat and Brunson. I think one of them should make second. Cat
Ooh,
Cat has had a
second
really
team.
down year though. Cat has had a
Yeah,
really
I
down
couldn't. I
year.
couldn't get Cat on my All NBA team. I considered
Mm-mm.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Brunson was the name for me. Maybe it's because you know I hold Brunson in such high regard that him under being that underwhelming for me for that period of time. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm over correcting on that, and he still should end up on a like a third team. He probably
Right.
has played. He's probably still this season has played good enough to justify a third team on NBA. But as good as I think Jalen Brunson is, and how ass he was for that period of time, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no,
The
yeah,
only
just
reason I don't have Jalen Brunson is because I just think his defense is that bad.
Yeah,
That's really it.
his defense has been like really bad this year too. Like really, really bad. I mean, it's been bad years prior, but like, ooh, this year it was
Yeah,
something.
it's been notable, or I've just been paying more attention. It's one or the other. I don't know which one it
Yeah.
is.
Um.
Um, and then plus that mixed with like the January February stretch in which he wasn't like the same offensive Jalen Brunson that you know.
Mhm.
Like
While
I
also
can't
being
have
that
that
bad on
thing. Yeah,
defense.
I can't have those two things. So that's why I didn't have him. But offensively, I still do think he's like one of the best in the league. So
Mm-hmm.
give him his flowers to that, but I just couldn't get him.
Did y'all bring up Alpier Amen?
No.
No. Okay.
I didn't.
Because
The only rocket I even considered was
it's KD. So funny enough, I was because the 65 rule was beating a lot of players' ass. It was getting there. I won't lie. I do think Amen, like if some of the guys that didn't make it for the 65, I do think Amen had a case. I thought he was playing really well this year, despite not having a three ball like at all. He has been really good to me.
I agree.
It's been a very slept on year for him in Thompson.
I think people had such high expectations for a man that because
Mhm.
he didn't reach them, people have then underrated the year he actually had because they thought he was going to be like,
He was supposed to
a
be triple
man,
double
all
man.
NBA team. Meanwhile,
He was
he's been
supposed
like
he was supposed to be walking
And
triple
borderline
double.
everybody's on
all-star
the Sar
caliber for a
train
while.
too.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Everybody,
That's
Sar.
Yeah,
Sar,
I mean, I
Sar.
don't know what's going on with that because if Asar played for the Rockets, they'll be complaining about his offense a hell of a lot more than they do
Exactly.
a man's.
Exactly.
but it's the I think it's the passing part that people like. I think he was supposed to be a much better playmaker than like I don't know why they think the league was going to be that large from last year to this year though. Like especially for him playing the one.
I mean,
That's
he
not possible.
averaged 18, 8, and 5.
He did, but
Like
also
pure
too
pure
you
box
not
score
having
wise, that's
yeah,
Scotty Barnes-ish.
that is very much Scotty Barnes is, but at the same but Scotty Barnes is a better passer than him.
He is, like, clearly.
Yeah, like that's why but that to me is why I'm like I wouldn't even think that because we went from seeing him not be able to pass like inbound and things like that and trying to read like PNR and stuff like I just don't think that that was going to be the case. And then I don't know. Maybe if they figured out something with him and like having KD like run a two-man game, if they were trying to like experiment to do that more this year, maybe. But that could have been something. I don't know. But yeah, it gets to real slim pickings like Nikhil, Rudy. Like it's these are guys I'm like looking at that was like that
Uh,
made the 65. Evan Mobley, sorry. I'm bugging. Evan Mobley. Even
Bam, I
him.
think Bam had a good year.
Bam. Bam.
I think Bam gets slept on because people just want him to be better offensively than he is, but still
Oh
one of the best
wait.
defenders in the sport.
BI too.
I'm asleep. Yeah, I'm asleep. No
Mm.
disrespect. Shout out to Brandon Ingram.
No, yeah, no
a guy,
disrespect, but
a
BI too.
guy
But
I'm disappointed in because me and Mars doing the list didn't even consider the 65, and we both weren't considering this player.
mm.
And he played last night. Devin Booker, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Booker.
D
Mm.
Book is
Mm. Mm.
he's not that guy for real anymore. I think
I very loosely considered him. Like I considered him and then very quickly was like, yeah, he's just
Never mind. Yeah.
but he used to be in the D Mitch Ant convos and like that those are no longer conversations anybody is having.
I
And
think
he really can't shoot threes. Like he
no,
really
he can't.
can't do it.
He
And
can't.
on top of that, I think his game again, has he always had some shameless in his game? Yes.
Yeah.
I think though it is more so now than even previous. Like, bruh, Book. It's times last night. It was like late. I think it was like late in the fourth. And give the ball to Devin Booker to get a bucket. And he spent the possession trying to grip. Brother, it's like 50 something seconds. They're not gonna the refs more times than not are not going to give you that call. You have
Mm-hmm.
to be making a scoring move, trying to score the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And all he does now is just try to find ways to get to the free throw line because it's getting harder for him to get by people. He's not extraordinarily tall or big. He's like 6'5". And
How old is
so
Book?
if it's not if
29.
29, if it's not like a pull up that he can comfortably get to, it's like he's grifting. That's what it is now. If it's not a comfortable pull up he gets to, he's grifting. I'm like, this is shameful, bro. This is not good. He can't be I don't think he can be your number one scorer anymore. no
I don't.
longer
Yeah,
But
does.
he's regressing.
to
It's
an
been
extent, though, you think he's been trying since Jalen Green has got here. Like what's like since playing with Jalen Green, has he been trying to be that one scorer, or has he been trying to give it to Jalen Green?
oh no, he I mean he was like I said it earlier on the panel, because we spoke about this earlier.
Mm,
Devin Booker post All-Star was averaging 29.
mm,
Like Devin Booker can still score the ball. It's just these higher leverage situations, and where the shamefulness and shamelessness gets really bad is definitely down the stretch of games where the whistle gets swallowed and where you would need a Devin Booker type to be able to create an advantage for himself to get to a shot comfortably or to create
mm,
for other people, and he just ends up getting stifled in those
yeah.
situations more often than not, and it leads to the Suns' clutch time offense disintegrating. And it's why they've
Uh,
lost so many close games because of Devin Booker's inability to close them.
mm,
But the last, yeah, like I said, the last 20 games of the season, he averaged 29, 4, and 6 on decent efficiency.
mm,
He shot 37% from three in that stretch as well. So like he's
that
it's weird because I think everyone thinks Devin Booker's a better three-point shooter than like the
the
numbers
one
say
he
he is.
is. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like if you're missing, you're missing. Like, yeah, I do think he shoots the three better than 33%. But also on the season that he misses 2/3 of his threes. Whether I think he's
Yeah.
better than that or not doesn't change. That he's actually doing that. I think it's because he's over leveraged in terms of self creation. You want to get him more catch and shoot threes. I think
Mm,
this year, what does it say? It says 63% of his threes are assisted. In my opinion, you want to get that closer to 75. Like you
mm,
want it to be like Devin Booker's getting three quarters of his threes created for him, as opposed to like what is that, 3/5. Um, so just trying to rectify that, but then also he's just got to make shots, and then the athletic decline is also
also
evident. Just
part
his
of it.
ability,
Yeah.
also ability to just create separation. So
But
yeah, he's
that's
definitely
why, like,
getting worse.
I suggested that pivot for him,
Hmm.
like, because I talked about comparing him to James Harden, like the next guard that used to be like this high volume scorer transitioning into
A
real
one.
point guard play.
Hmm.
I think that is his pivot because I do think he's a good enough passer and playmaker and pick a role player to
Hmm.
do that. But number one, he does have to be on a team that does employ the Suns don't employ a better option than him right now. So
I think
he's
it's more
still
so
going
front
to
court
do that.
things. I
You
think
know,
they need a
35 last night, but I guess.
I think they need someone more skilled on the front court that can do more things
Sure.
offensively. That would help.
I agree. I think it would for sure help if they had someone where when teams switch, if you had someone who could punish those mismatches on the interior when teams are comfortable switching like a wing or whoever's guarding the big onto Devin Booker, you don't really trust Mark Williams or whoever. Because like
Hmm.
if Tamani, for example, last night is guarding Devin Booker, but then he calls for a screen with Mark Williams and then they switch out. Mark Williams, you don't feel comfortable with him punishing Tamani on a switch or
Yes.
or also punishing Tamani on a switch, which means you then resort to Devin Booker ISO ball. If you have a
Hmm.
big who's able to punish those if they had Jalen Duran who's
Right.
able to punish those mismatches consistently, teams would then not feel as comfortable switching with Devin Booker, which would make his scoring or playmaking easier depending on how he comes off the screen. Are they blitzing him? Makes the playmaking reads easier. Are they in a drop because they can't switch? Makes it easier for him to
Yeah.
get into his pull up, whatever the case may be. So them not having that big who can do those things does,
Hmm.
I think, make it harder for him. But the Devin Booker of old would be able to get by
Do
without
something.
that
Yeah.
advantage. But now I
Yeah.
think you have to like
I
be a
think
bit
that.
more
Yeah.
deliberate with the roster construction because of his shortcomings that he's
Eh,
now got. So
Now getting because also I'm just at least with how the team looks is just like they're just a do or die jump shot team. Like they just gonna live and die by the jump shots that they take. That's a Jalen Green almost damn near 30 shots. You know, like
yep,
yeah. I mean
14
That
and
shit was
20
hooping
and
though.
that's one thing. Hey, that ball must go up with Jalen Green. I won't lie, but
shit. Devin
yeah,
Booker
but
not willing to shoot the ball. Someone gotta do it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
go shoot that ball, Jalen Green.
Well, he had like 16 field goal attempts and like 13 free throw attempts. So
Yeah, but that's really
part
only
of
like 24 shots. Still not enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah, still not enough. We need more. anymore.
Jalen Green.
Also,
could've
Jalen
been
Green's whistle was
Miro.
egregious, by the way. Jalen Green should have had like
Yeah,
10, 12 free throws, but it's fine.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm
gets
watching
a.
Scoot Henderson rake him across the arm, and it's just gonna be a turnover. I'm like, I guess whatever, man. Haters gonna hate. It is what it is.
It is what it
But
is.
Nassim, was there anything else you wanted to get off regarding all NBA teams?
I would just like, because you guys had Kawhi in your NBA first, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I would love for him to show that off tonight because I really need that top 10
I
pick.
pushed too much agendas today on the panel. I need the Clippers.
I really need that top 10 pick for my Warriors. So 30 from Kawhi tonight. I appreciate that.
Yeah, 30 and a loss, we'll take it. Because then the Warriors can
Well,
lose to the Suns, and then you'll get what you want anyway. So you'll be all right. Just
But a
I need
nine pick,
I need the
but
Warriors to win.
9 seed is not as good as a 10 seed, you know?
Nah, I push too many agendas. I need the Warriors to win tonight. I'm not trying to show up tomorrow based on the agendas I pushed.
Have you been seeing the post, bro? I ain't gonna lie, they making it seem like Warriors about to do something crazy tonight. They've
Yeah,
they've
they're about
been
to
they've
win
been
by
they've been hyping up
18.
this, and 3 of our guys is on the minute restriction.
You don't need many minutes when you're going to win by the third quarter, so it's cool. Yeah, don't worry about it.
KP has a hit of 3 in 3 games. I'm so sure,
Exactly.
man.
So you know what that means? Law of averages. He about to hit 6. Yep.
you were glazing Steph today?
Now, I was just telling the truth about Steph. That's what. That Kawhi has never been better than him.
Fair enough. And real quick, I was also talking about this before, but fire Jamal Mosley.
Yeah, I think he'll be gone this season, regardless of what happens.
Early in the season when I saw him. I didn't like him last season either, but that's another thing. But yeah, we got to get some coaches up out of here.
Jamal
He's
Mosley
never
gonna go
been
to the
better
Bucks.
than him.
I said the only years Kawhi's been better than Steph have been the years where Steph's hurt. So this year,
this year in 2020. This year in
2020. Those are the only years Kawhi gonna get.
You need this win tonight, then. Okay.
Hell
23,
yeah.
24.
Hell no. Give me Steph. Give me more though.
I feel it. All right. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks for putting.
All right, gang. Appreciate you.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, have a good one.
Before we bring up our
I don't think it's many seasons because I'm sitting here thinking about this.
It's none. It's 0.
But 23, 24, maybe one other I can.
No, it's not. Like you said, that year Kawhi wasn't even better than Braun or AD.
Yeah, but I don't think Curry was better than Braun.
But he was. But this is back when you was hating and saying Donovan Mitchell.
In 23, 24?
He was, yes. He was, yes. In 23, 24. In 23, 24, Steph Curry was better than Anthony Davis. Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
AD was the best player of
the year, Steph. By the way, this is clutch player of the year, Steph. All right, so we're talking about Gravity King plus closing games at a rate that no one else was there. Let's just put that out.
We're talking about an AD this year who was.
We don't care about Anthony Davis. 989 Michi said, "Have you guys noticed the uptick in Asar's ball handling responsibilities? And if so, do you think he has the same issues as a man in that regard? What are your thoughts on Asar ball handling?"
He's not doing it better than AD in 23, 24.
Next guest, Joey. I think, are you the Celtics fan?
Yo, that's kind of creepy, but yeah.
What are your thoughts on our All NBA teams, and who would you have on yours?
I thought they were good. I'm not one of these green teamers on Twitter, man. They're starting to piss me off with the Jaylen Brown stuff. Like, they can't understand how in hell that he's not on first team. But no, I think Kawhi's been better. Third team, I mean, I think there's probably like 7 third teamers in my opinion, but I think the rule kind of screwed everything up. So you kind of had to go with what you went with. But low key, I was just coming on to see, because I have no idea who I want to win tonight between the Magic and the Sixers, just because the Magic always seem to pull some dumb shit against the Celtics and just have the matchups for some reason with Paolo and Franz that just seem to make Jalen and Jason forget how to play basketball. So I have no clue who I want to win tonight, to be honest. And Maxie just can't miss from three whenever he plays against us for some reason. So I just have no idea.
Tatum was
you're gonna
cooking
win.
Orlando last year in a few
Well, that's because they
games.
guarded him 1-on-1. I don't think they're gonna do that again. Well, maybe actually. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
Yeah.
taking my chances with that again, honestly.
I think Boston win regardless. I would probably rather play the team where their best player is not available.
Oh
Although
yeah,
the other team's best player sucks. So.
beginning of 24 season, Paulo, we will never forget. I'll never forget those 8 games.
Yeah, the first 3 games in which he had
I'll never
15.
forget them.
Yeah,
I'll never forget them.
Has Paolo taken the lead?
Good times, man.
Great times.
Do y'all think Joel Embiid comes back though in the first round? I mean,
God,
I want Philly to win just because I think it's just going to be a better series if Philly wins. So,
if he were to come back, it would be by like game 3, game 4. I think.
I don't even know anything about appendicitis. How long does that take to come back?
OG missed the whole playoffs in 2019 because he got his removed. Grant Hill, I think, had appendicitis and got the surgery. I don't know how long he was out. But Joel Embiid plays in the playoffs, regardless of what he's going through. And then when he inevitably doesn't play as well, he has to be called a fraud. So, that's fun.
Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, man. It is what it is, man.
I think Joel Embiid's career narrative would be better if he just didn't play in the playoffs when he was hurt. Which is weird because people then would be saying it's better that he doesn't play basketball. So I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have Al Horford anymore, so.
Yeah, but you have Nehemiah Skater, so
that's another thing. I think he's gonna get played off the floor if we play the Knicks in the second round too. That matchup kind of scares me. Just because.
You guys are gonna go small, or you're gonna go to Demon Luka Garza?
I've been asking everyone I can about a lineup of
Tatum at 5,
Tatum and Walsh at the 4 and 5. Because I think they can handle Cat if they do that. I think they can handle Cat if they go Walsh and Tatum at the 4 and the 5. And then you can't do that stupid ass Brunson just spam pick and roll and bring Kata up every single time, or Vooch. I want Vooch to have a head on a spike at the end of this season. No, we don't. We do not have Vooch. Please. I don't want him anywhere near the court at all. But no, I want them to try that lineup so bad, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's going to.
I think y'all are going to, because I remember when y'all played OKC at that matchup when the last time when they were in Boston, y'all experimented with a few Tatum 5 looks during that game.
Yeah.
I do specifically remember that. And so I do think that'll be something that Joe Mazzulla will probably look at if Jalen Brunson and Cat are having major success in their pick and pop game. Because Kata is kind of primarily a drop big. So if he's guarding Cat, number one, if he's in drop, that means Jalen Brunson knows, hey, if I get a good enough screen from Cat, I'm getting some comfortable pull-up looks, which he can definitely make. Or if I, drag or get downhill just enough, drag my defender with me, and Kata has to respect my intermediate scoring game. Now have the pop pass back out to Cat, and if Cat is hitting that at a good clip, that can cause some problems for y'all. So I get it. I would want to see some of the Tatum at the 5 looks as well. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just switch, because y'all did that against Dallas, basically, where Tatum was guarding the center, and then you just switch and you nullify the pick and roll action that way. So I'm sure that's something Joe Mazzulla's looking at.
Yeah, I was about to throw up watching them just continually just drag Kata. And even when they put him on hard, just drag the whole time, just for like 3 minutes straight. And then if Vooch is on the court, it's just he doesn't even try to contest the lob for Mitch Robinson. So it's just I don't even know why he's on the court. But Luka Garza over Vooch is also my my hope for the yes. I don't want Vooch. I don't even want him on the bench. I don't want him in Boston.
You know, my brother's a Boston fan, and he's a Celtic fan. He was telling me just a couple of days ago. He was like, you know, I don't know if Vooch is going to be playing. I was like, well, I think he's y'all's best off. He was like, yeah, that's good and all, but like these other guys are playing better than him. Like, what is he going to do that Luka Garza hasn't been doing? And I was like, well, he's better than Luka Garza. He was like, I guess, but
Literally,
you know,
I
and my
guess.
brother isn't like an NBA fan. He's a Celtic fan. So he doesn't know what fuck Vooch has been doing
Oh yeah.
in Chicago and what, you know, he's been doing for real in Orlando and anything like that. He's just worried about his specific team. And it's funny how now I'm hearing another Celtic fan like, yeah, I'm kind of good off this Vooch character.
That Knicks team just solidified it. When I just see a lob over the top and he just stares at it and just doesn't even try and jump or put his hand up, I can't watch that.
He'd want Jokic off his team too. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey,
Yeah, get Jokic out Boston. I guess.
Hey, I mean,
Some
if
people
we can't Ant Simons, I'd feel a lot better, to be honest, about this playoff run.
He said
Low
that
State-
too. He was like, "Man,
Low
we could have
State
kept
and
Simons with some scoring punch off the bench, and
Low State and
fucking
Simons is
Vooch
different.
guy." So,
Low State and Simons is different, for real. But, I mean,
Did Anthony Simons play for Chicago?
for like 2 games, I think.
Yeah, because I
He
don't
jumped, like-
remember. I don't remember seeing him.
He dropped like 30, I think, one game, and then just hurt his wrist and then was out for the rest of the year. I think.
Okay.
hurt his wrist.
Yeah.
Committed to the tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, I don't think they just kicked Hugo out of the rotation too, so it's like I have no clue if they're just gonna go with Baylor and Walsh the whole way and then just kick Hugo to the curb. I have really no clue what's going on, but I hope they try that if we do end up facing the Knicks. But I'm not worried really about the Magic or the Sixers unless Embiid comes back. But we usually give him that belt, so it's all right.
Yeah, if y'all win the chip this year, I'm gonna be very high on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum because I just feel like they're gonna be plugging so many holes for this team. That's why I've been hesitant to just fully get on the Boston train. I look at the roster and I'm like,
But what's the on-off?
I mean, I get y'all are winning games, but like, you know, it's still Luka Garza, bro. Like, it's just
what's the on-off?
he's
What's the data
not
baller?
that good, bro. I'm sorry, they're not that talented of a unit. They play well together, but they're not they're not the Boston rosters that we have grown accustomed to. They're not.
Yeah.
The 22 team was better than this team from a
Oh, yeah.
roster.
if Bill Russell had this team, you'd be telling me he had 8 Hall of Famers, but
Rob
you know.
Williams, modern day Bill Russell, but we don't want to talk about that. Nah, but if we had no, that's what I think. Brad Stevens should be. It should be him and Sam Presti for executives of the year, like every year, just because this roster is like exactly what the Jays plus Pritchard White need to like get the open looks that Joe Mazzulla wants. Just those open catch and shoot threes, like the high percentage looks that sometimes piss me off because they're just settling. But like the Baylors and the Hugos and the Jordan Walshes, they're all like kind of the same archetype. Baylor's kind of offensively more slanted, but like I feel like they have a picture in their mind of what they want and like the type of player they get. And I think it was a mistake getting rid of Minot too, because I think he fit that mold. But
I like Minot on y'all's team. Yeah.
yeah, he was playing good
didn't
too. I
even
don't know
see
why that. Yeah, but yeah, if we just did nothing this year and kept Minot in, I would feel, to be honest, a lot better. But it's all right. Yeah, no, I think Missoula locked up Coach of the Year too. Hopefully, unless somebody wants to vote for unless JB just steals it for some reason. I don't know. But
He's gonna win. I wanted to ask one thing before we pack you up. How do you feel about Spreadsheet FC and their push for Derek White All NBA as a Celtics fan?
I mean, I would have see my if you know who I am, then you know my Twitter profile picture is literally just Derek White. But if it wasn't
Oh,
this year, um, I would be pushing that propaganda. But I mean, he's just kind. It's just like it shows how much he relies on Tatum just to create that extra step on the drive, and then need that extra step back from the contest to get the shot off. And I don't know if it's just like a variance by year thing, but I think he gets a lot of his like offensive value. Defensively, he's been phenomenal, but offensive value, I think it's a lot of taking advantage of either the hard closeout created by a drive by Tatum and like I don't think JB can make a pass in stride in rhythm like JG can. And I think a lot of that helps Derek White either get like an extra foot of space on those above the break threes, or drive the closeout and then get to his low floater, get to his post range layup to just make the extra pass. But I'm not. Yeah, this isn't the year for the D White all pro propaganda. But I mean, if you look at the on off though, I mean, Shade Baller. I mean, we're basing how good a player is on Beta Baller now. So I mean, I guess
It's hard to argue against it, man. Plus 11 with him on the floor, only plus 3 without him.
better than JB.
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
Who's the real MVP right now? So I mean,
I nearly had him on my second team, but I couldn't be bothered to explain to Road Talk how basketball works, so I had to leave him out because
no,
Road Talk would have been,
facts.
Road Talk would have been
Facts.
hating, and I was like, I just can't be bothered. So,
Facts.
do you guys do
but
your all defense yet or no?
we did not. All defense is interesting this year.
It is.
You gotta be.
We're gonna be on stream with Gifted tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna have to do our all defensive teams there. So I guess I'll plug Gifted's channel for free. Gifted Hoops on YouTube. Go subscribe. Well, I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm gonna give out one of my all defensive teams there. On the panel tomorrow, I'm gonna be giving out another all NBA team that's gonna be very different to the one I just gave today. So yeah, tap into that. But yeah, Derek White might make an appearance on my all defensive team. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee he will. Really, really good defender.
Best ball-headed player ever. But,
he in my top 3 for sure. He in my top 3. Charlie Villanueva has to be up there. But yeah, Derek White top 3 boldies. I would say top 3. Anyone I'm forgetting, like, who's crazy? Kai Jones. I'm not gonna lie. Kai Jones, when he went bald, kind of went crazy. Literally. So
I kind of wish Jalen Suggs held on to the hairline just for the meme, but it's all right. He came home.
No, he did the right thing. It was
me and Jalen Suggs did the right thing for sure. We did the right thing. It was
You're not bald, Mars. I don't even know why you.
The do-rag is not coming off, but me and Jalen Suggs.
You ever taken the hat off, real talk, or?
I have actually.
Have you?
I just don't maintain a haircut, and so that's why I wear hats, and I just like wearing hats. But I'll get a haircut soon, and now have a hat on. That'll be happening soon. Maybe before
Corey McGetsy, another amazing body.
Love the headbands.
There's been some good ones in history, but thank you for pulling up, Joey.
All right, appreciate you.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate you.
We have one more person with a camera, so Jonathan Fraser in the back can stay back there while his camera's not. Oh, his camera turned on. He's interesting. There you go. Hello. I seen him mad that we ain't have Jalen Brunson on an All NBA team.
Yeah, that
that's understandable.
Yeah, talk to us.
So I'm a Knicks guy. So of course I have a certain level of me being high on him, but I'm kind of with real talk. Pretty much all of 2026, he's been kind of mid, like 23 points per game mid. And I'm just like, I just don't feel the same. Like he's not doing it for me. He's not doing it for me. Might be Mike Brown. I don't know, but my captain's not leading the troops. And it's breaking my heart. It broke my heart. You guys didn't have him, so I'm upset about that. I just wanted
to
let you guys
play
know.
to play devil's advocate, right? Jalen Brunson, although he averaged whatever it was, 23, 24 points per game. I think it's all of 2026, but we might be wrong. Let's just check.
It started in like January, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so since January 1st, 23.8, so about 24 points per game.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mid.
But in that time, they went 28 and 16 when he played.
He's on
So,
a
like-
stacked team though.
Yeah, but in the games he didn't play, they went 1 and 2. So really, if you extrapolate that to 82 games, they're really gonna win like 28 games.
3 games.
So yeah, and then 28 and 16 is what pace is that? Let's do some quick maths with a calculator. That's a 52 win pace. Meanwhile, without him, 27 win pace. I was damn near right. I said 28. So like, really, the MVP.
I think because
Oh,
MVP's
okay,
good. But the thing is with Jalen Brunson, I'll say this like I said about Ant. Like, I think Jalen
Knicks fan
Brunson
wearing
is,
a Hornet shirt, by the way. Just noticed that. But it's cool.
Went to the
That's-
game
hey.
yesterday. I went to the game yesterday
See?
as a fan of basketball.
Look at you.
So you're
trying to
in Charlotte?
Yes, I told all my peoples yesterday, if you ask me Sunday, Monday, Wednesday to Saturday, I bleed orange and blue. But yesterday from 7:30 to 11, I was bleeding teal and purple. Protect the high.
No, facts.
So,
Hey, if I was in Charlotte, I'd be going
okay.
up too with them. I ain't gonna lie.
So LaMelo better than Brunson?
In 2026, we can have the conversation.
That means yes.
No,
I
it
don't think
doesn't.
he's better.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't.
Better on defense, better on offense, but we know better, I guess. Cool. Well, okay, cool.
I'm not just saying
I'm
he's
being
better
trolled.
on
There's
offense.
no way.
I'm not just saying that like that.
Just lead best offense in the world, but yeah, not better on offense, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Ain't
I
nobody
mean,
better than my captain.
what is New York's rating with offensive rating?
Not 126.4. And
What
if it is,
is
we're
it?
gonna tax for cat.
Nah.
The efficiency. The efficiency.
With Jalen Brunson, 120.9. That's mid. That's mid. 120.9. And you have all
what
this
Steph
talent.
That's what Steph Curry's been doing, and you guys praise him for that. What Golden State?
Yeah, but that's because I have no one on my roster. You just said he has a super team. Exactly, cooked you. That's why I didn't
Super
disagree.
team is a bit of a stretch. I do think Jalen Brunson is still like clearly one of the top 15 players in the league. I still think he's better than LaMelo.
Do you still think he's a better offensive player than Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like still comfortably saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say yes because he can do more with
dribbling.
play. He can do more with the playmaking. Like
dribbling is so overrated. Like, what do I need to dribble for? What do I need to dribble for if I can just get a bucket? Like, what? This dribble. You've been moved by this modern game too much. Michael Jordan didn't need to dribble. Will jab, pump fake, one dribble, rise up, bucket. But now it's on. Can you tween? Hell nah, just go get a bucket. That's what KD did.
He ain't gonna be able to do that when Jacob Ray be on him. We shutting that down.
That's gonna
shut
that down.
Series.
You're a Laker fan?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
the
Lakers are my A team because LeBron. Knicks are my B team because
you're a LeBron fan.
Yep, the Knicks are my B team. I used to live in New York, and then my C team right now is OKC and Charlotte.
Oh, so fuck the Hornets, I guess.
No, Charlotte too. And then when LeBron retires, the Lakers might be getting backed up because I can't.
So if the Hornets and OKC play each other in the finals.
Ooh,
I go home and win. I don't lose regardless. I'm hoping for a Knicks Thunder finals.
Okay, so just whoever wins is who you support.
Oh, no, because the parade would be in Charlotte, so surely you would just root for Charlotte because then you get to go to the parades.
Exactly.
Yeah, that time frame that the parade is in, I would be bleeding teal and purple.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a science to my madness.
Yeah, well, totally understandable. So we will have the Lakers beating the Rockets in the series. Just awesome.
Nigga, no.
Oh.
I can see it happening, but it's all I've been saying is, Braun, get me to game 3 down. Get me to game 4 down 2-1. Luca, same. But I could see Braun winning.
You don't
2
think Braun can get you to game 4 up 2-1?
No, I'm saying I think he will, but I'm just saying that's the pathway.
Yeah, but I'm not saying down 2-1. I'm saying up 2-1. I'm saying the
Oh.
Lakers are up 2-1.
I gotta see game 1 first. That's where I'm at. I gotta see game 1.
Game 1's going to be the feel-out game, as we know.
But see, the thing with that is
but then they're going to win game 2 and game 3.
We lose that game. It depends on how we lose. If we lose by 20, it's over with. Like I might not watch the rest of the series.
Yeah, you could lose 2 games by 20. If you win 3 games
no,
by
they'll
1,
be mentally defeated.
you're up 3-2.
Did
No
you see
LeBron
what they
team is
did?
going to get
Did
mentally
you see
defeated.
what
That's
they
not
did
possible.
against OKC in Dallas? Right after the injuries, they were mentally defeated.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Did you see what LeBron's done when he's been playing without Luka and Reeves since
I've
then?
been watching.
Okay, so that
I've been
LeBron,
watching.
they on like a 3-game win streak, right? Something
Mars,
like that.
there's a big difference between Guy Santos guarding you full court and Amen Thompson guarding you full court. Be for real.
Yeah, but this is this thing. Bron don't need to bring the ball up. What we gonna do? We gonna park Bron at the elbow.
And give it to
Luke
Luke Kennard.
Kennard's gonna bring the ball up. Hell yeah. Luke Kennard gonna bring the ball up. He gonna entry into Bron. And then Bron gonna wait for it's gonna be DeAndre Ayton. We're gonna run a bunch of horns. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be horns the whole game. We're gonna have DeAndre Ayton at the other elbow. He's gonna set the flare for Luke Kennard so that they can't double Bron at the nail. And then Bron gonna spin baseline. Ayton gonna cut to the rim. Luke Kennard gonna be over there for the wide open 3. Bron gonna see the whole game. And then we're gonna have Ime Udoka just be like, try harder, girl. And then we're gonna win the game. That's what's gonna happen.
So
Like, plus, we're gonna be blitzing KD every time. Marcus Smart gonna be guarding KD. Marcus Smart gonna be KD's matchup. And then we're gonna be blitzing him with all the size we have on the roster. We're gonna play Jared Vanderbilt just strictly to blitz KD. We're gonna have DeAndre Ayton out there blitzing KD. Jake LaRavia out there blitzing KD. And we're gonna say Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, Josh Okogie, Alperen Şengün make jumpers. And they're not gonna make jumpers. And we gonna win. And then Luka could come back. We don't even need Luka back. We can win this series without Luka. Luka can be back for round 2. That's what it's gonna be. We can win this series without Luka.
So 2 things. You saw what LaMelo did, like right at the end of overtime, where he threw that ball he got double teamed to half court and turned it over. Yeah, that's what Luke Kennard would do the entire game. If that happens, that's what's gonna happen.
They're not gonna press Luke Kennard full court.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna lose the ball.
What? No.
Luke Kennard's I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
It's getting past Mars's bedtime, so it's being delirious and just saying things.
When is game 1? Is game one Saturday?
Saturday 8:30.
It's the prime time game.
When is the episode on your channel?
We have to decide, because what is the Sunday slate?
That is Sunday.
I think that might be when Detroit.
That'll be when the playing teams play now.
Yeah.
So Detroit
and the Knicks. No, that's
Detroit.
What
San
time do
Antonio,
those games start?
3:30, probably like 6
1.
9.
I'm gonna say Eastern for all of them. I don't know Central. 1, 3:30, 6:30, and what is that? 7? No, 9. I think 9.
Now we could do. I was thinking we could do Saturday late night after the games. But see, I know where you're at. I don't know what time it is over there.
Now. Let's see.
Bro, drink a Red Bull.
Yeah, after the games. Oh my.
Yeah, that's what early
that's
morning.
That's gonna be like 4 a.m.
Drink a Red Bull, dude. Damian does it. You got it.
Max.
See, this is the problem. Why do you want to see? You wanted to do shows on the weekend is the problem. See how mine doesn't mess up with no schedules because I do shows on the reasonable days, but meanwhile you ruining everything.
Yeah, I try to do the show where maybe more people are available because it's the weekend.
Are you trying to say that our viewers are employed?
I'm literally at work.
See, look, multitasking. Exactly, cooked you. Yeah, so people can, if they really want to be here, they make it work. Don't try to use that as an excuse.
Commitment.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
You're
the people who don't want to be
commitment.
here they use work as an excuse, but they lack commitment to be here.
Type.
We'll figure out the day. We'll figure out whenever. Well, Real Talk will tell you, and then he'll tell me whenever we're going next. But
whenever I'm back
Lakers.
at
I
this,
mean, is after the games. That's a hard no for you.
If the Lakers win, it's doable.
If the Lakers win, it's doable. Okay.
Yeah, if the Lakers win, it's doable.
If the Lakers win, we'll be live that night. If not, then I guess sometime early that morning. Because I want to end before the game starts. I don't want to be on.
Well, that just get us out of here on time. That's all that. Because I'm gonna get us out of here in the next 15 minutes because I'm good at my job.
No facts.
Speaking of Jonathan Bye. Merry Christmas. Next up, Nate. Hello. I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Yeah. You got 8 seconds to fix that before just get packed up. So 7, 6, 5, 4.
We can't hear you. We still can't hear you.
1. All right, well, good luck with that.
Go back.
Yeah, good luck with that. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back up in about 5 minutes. See if you fixed it. Hey, you gotta be prepared, man. You gotta lock in. James, our good friend James. Hello.
Can y'all hear me?
There we go. There you go.
Okay,
Nate,
cool,
I see you
cool.
backstage.
Right,
I hope you figure it out. But
all right, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on whatever's been happening?
Now I was gonna ask y'all sorry about this, but I was gonna ask y'all to re-say your all NBA teams just to make sure,
Do you remember yours, Real Talk?
Third team, I had Jalen Johnson. I moved out during, had Tyrese Maxey. I had Chet. I had Jamal Murray. And then I had who was the fifth one? Who? LaMelo, thank you. LaMelo Ball was my fifth third team all NBA. I think the only difference we had was he didn't have Jalen Johnson, and he had
Scotty Barnes.
He had Duran and Scotty Barnes. He didn't have Maxey either.
Damn, no Maxey? Damn, that's tough.
Yeah,
no Maxey.
I almost forgot about it too. So
second teams, I'm pretty sure we were all in agreement. Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, KD, Cade. No, not Kawhi, excuse me. Jaylen Brown, KD, Ant, Cade,
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I was there for that part of it.
And then obviously the 5, the first team, because we weren't doing the 65 game rule. Luka, Wemby.
I didn't either. So yeah.
Jokic, Shea, Kawhi was our first team.
An amazing NBA selection. So yeah, what were your thoughts?
Shoot, I mean, I pretty much got the same like first and second team, pretty much. I got the same exact ones. I think my third team was Jalen Brunson, LaMelo Ball, Chet Holmgren, Jamal Murray, and Tyrese Maxey. That was my third team. So
okay,
maybe a little different.
I can respect that. All names I consider. I'm surprised no one had James Harden.
I was thinking James Harden. He was like the last one off my thing, but I chose.
I think James Harden.
James is good making any more All NBA teams. How many All NBA teams does he have?
I think he's got
one less than D Wade.
I think 7.
At ease resume. At ease.
Wait, well, does he have the same amount as D Wade, and this would have passed him? He has.
I think it's the same amount. Same amount where.
See, shit, man, we would have passed him. Yeah, it would have been 8. It would have been 9-8. James Harden. Another reason why he bad.
He has 8. He has 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 All NBA teams. A lot of All NBA teams.
I think Real Talk's crazy for saying that they're not close, by the way. But it's cool.
He is crazy, but it is what it is. Shout out to Real Talk.
He's also crazy for thinking D Wade's better than Steph, but we'll talk about that another time.
I'm not crazy about that, and I'm more than happy and more than willing to have that conversation. Y'all do not.
I'm not gonna lie. Your Magic Johnson agenda is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest.
How?
It's getting ridiculous.
What you saw my best 10 guards list?
Yes, it's getting.
It's a great list. What?
It's cool, but
what? Okay, I had MJ, Kobe, Wade,
Wrong.
That's not wrong. Shea.
No, you had Steph.
Yeah, Steph.
Yeah, Steph. Shea.
Yep.
Then it was what? Wes.
Yep.
Okay.
Which I
Then it
know
was
is a
Magic,
gimmick,
huh?
but it's fine. Yeah,
That's not a gimmick, bro. Stop. So my West is a gimmick, but your Russell's the GOAT.
No, I'm saying your shit's a gimmick because you say my shit's a gimmick. That's
No,
what I'm doing.
okay.
Yeah. If
West.
Bill Russell a gimmick, Jerry West a gimmick for sure.
The other one was, I think, Luca.
Luca at 8,
Luka.
Oscar at 9, Chris Paul at 10.
Where I have Magic at? 6?
7.
7. Great spot for Magic. I don't understand, bro. I don't get it, bro.
I
Y'all
need
be
to see
hyping
your
that
top 10
Magic shit
forwards,
up,
Ever.
bro.
That's what I need next. I need you to put out the tweet of your top 10 forwards. And then so what you have Larry
I'll work
Bird at
on it.
9. But
I'm higher. I'm much higher on Larry Bird than Magic Johnson. Y'all
Me
be
too.
gassing
Me too.
that Magic shit. Though.
Oh no, me too for sure. I think Bird's better than Magic, but
Yeah.
I think you be hating on Magic. It's cool though.
Nah, you do.
And when I say that was my best list, not greatest,
yeah,
I'm saying best basketball players at these two positions. I just don't see how y'all didn't watch enough Dwayne Wade. I'm sorry. I'm convinced y'all didn't watch it.
Maybe.
Y'all didn't watch it, bro.
I think
that guy
D Wade is probably in my top 5. No, maybe not top 5. He's definitely top 10 most watched players in like his era for sure for me. I don't know if he's top 5, but like by proximity, I've watched more.
I watched a lot of him too, but you know,
like, obviously Kobe's probably number 1.
Yeah,
maybe Steve Nash.
Yeah, I know.
And
Dirk, yes.
And then Duncan and Manu by proximity because I just watched a lot of Spurs games.
Mm-hmm.
Bron, obviously, Kevin Garnett.
Manu was a name I ain't even really think about for real. That nigga may be better than.
Okay.
Wait. No, finish that sentence. You might be cooking. You might be cooking. Hey man, you might be. Oh shit, Tracy McGrady.
Nothing,
yeah, I mean, I watched like
on
as
this
much
list.
Tracy McGrady as possible, but because his team sucks, so those games are harder to find. But
I have Tracy McGrady on that best list. I just didn't put it because I didn't feel like arguing with niggas.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest.
gotcha.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady is one of the best guards I've ever seen in my life.
Who'd you replace him with? CP3?
Yeah, he. Again, I don't want to get. I
don't know if I agree with that.
He's better than Chris
fair.
Paul. I would say he's better than
my genuine question, and this is just to see if the Jerry West stuff is a gimmick or not. If Jerry West is better than Magic Johnson, because you went back and watched and did your due diligence, all that good stuff, which kudos to you.
Bears.
Have you not done the due diligence with Oscar Robertson, or like what did you not see with Oscar Robertson that was like, yeah,
I've definitely seen way more Jerry West than Oscar. Maybe if I watch some more Oscar, I'll get higher on Oscar. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do
because if you want to talk about Jerry West's game, is like, oh yeah, that's modern, that translate. You could see Oscar Robertson running pick and rolls in the 60s, like.
Okay. Then maybe I need to get my Oscar back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if we're gonna do this, and if Luka the best on-ball guard ever, and Magic Johnson did nothing but play on the ball, why Luka not better than Magic?
Bro, it's fast break on the ball. It's not the same thing. Half court on ball operation, bro.
He's still on the ball.
Yeah, so why is Magic above Luka? Because he played in transition?
I have Magic above Luka strictly for respect.
Out of respect. I fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
As far as
Jerry West, Shea, D Wade. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, no, that's not
Magic.
disrespectful.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, it's not.
Shea is better than Magic. He's a better player than Magic Johnson. We don't have to sit here and lie about that. Well, let's be honest. We could be truthful. Shea is better than Magic.
I'm gonna run the
and Dwayne Wade is as well. Steph Curry is as well.
Not fact.
And Kobe and MJ are non-negotiables. That's not even to me. I still see people have Magic better than Kobe. I literally laugh out loud. There's no way you think you watch these two players. Oh no, Magic's better at the sport of basketball than Kobe Bryant. I just don't see how one comes to that conclusion. I really don't.
That makes no sense.
MJ and Kobe, non-negotiable. we can start talking about maybe Steph. I still think that's laughable. And I think Dwayne Wade is still laughable as well. Now, we get to Shea. Shea, I guess it gets more respectable of a debate and discussion, right? Gets more respectable as a debate discussion. I still am going Shea, but I get it, Magic was 6'9" and ran fast in transition. I got it. I really do. I get it. Great. I think he's the greatest passer of all time. Also, I really do. I think he's really good. I just don't think he's not these other niggas. I'm sorry, he's not. He's just not. And the reason why I'm saying this with so much confidence is because, like sometimes maybe you be like, oh, I'm too hard on this player. And what am I missing? And so I've watched a lot of Magic Johnson, way more than I wanted to, trust me. And every time I wasn't that impressed when I watched Magic. I've never, like, it's a few times like, damn, look at that pass. Damn, look how he, operating the offense, shit like that. But it's not like, I'm watching Dwayne Wade out here block a nigga, dunk on the nigga, get 40, it's not the same, bro. It's not. It's just not the same, bro. I'm sorry. But salute to Magic Johnson. Great winner.
I feel it. Nah, because I go back and watch like some Magic too, and like especially like late 80s. I'd be like, damn, niggas was really saying like he was in combos with like MJ and stuff. And I was like, nah, MJ is like clearly better than that nigga, bro. Like clearly. Like he was past that
like
nigga
so
by like
clearly
88,
better than
89.
him.
Like clearly better than him. So yeah. I got a question.
I mean, I agree with that, but that's Michael Jordan. But go ahead.
I got
what
a question.
Do you think Dwayne Wade looks like in 88? Michael Jordan. What the fuck? That's what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead.
Nah, cause with Shea, cause like you said Luka's like the best on ball like guard ever. Was that what you said, real talk? Or
I said 24, I think, was the best on ball season I've ever seen. But I think this season from Shea has overtaken that. So now I'm saying this is Shea. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad in D Wade, apparently.
Yeah, because D Wade, bro.
Yeah, I was
D Wade used to cut baseline.
We're just gonna
Nah, I was
greatest driving guard ever, damn near. But I guess, bro. Y'all wasn't watching.
Nah,
I'm giving everybody homework. Hey, before the next Town Hall Move streams, everybody needs to go watch at least 3 to 5 Dwayne Wade games, and then come back and we can have this discussion. I'm telling y'all missed it because Miami was mid when he was peaking. Miami was a 43-win team, so nobody gave a fuck. But
where was the impact? I guess that's the question. Where was the impact?
I don't know. Mid's a nice word for it, to be honest with you. So yeah, mid's a nice word for it.
Curry clear.
Wait, what was your question? Did you ask your question already, or did we just interrupt you again?
No, I was gonna ask. Do you think like Shea, like maybe like the past like 2 years, like do you think he's in that conversation for like best on ball season ever? Or
well, yeah, Real Talk said he is. For me, on ball scoring seasons, yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay.
On ball just player. Yeah,
that's
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Shea is just so good. Like, yeah, I would probably put him in that group. I don't know where he would fall in that group, but yeah, it's on a short list of like the best on ball seasons ever, in my opinion. He's just ridiculous. Very, very, very solid player.
What's crazy?
When I think about it, is like what's crazy about him is that it doesn't ever lead to like something not good. I've never seen like the only player really, and Jordan made this comp, and to me is really stuck with me. He was like, bro, SGA is like CP3 if CP3 just all the way ramped up his scoring aggression. Like
Oh, I remember
he
he
would be
said
like,
that. I do remember.
and to me, I was like, oh shit, like that kind of do make sense. Like if CP3 was to ramp up his scoring aggression, it still wouldn't be with like a whole bunch of threes. It would be with a lot of mid-range shooting. Now his probably be a little bit more like pick and roll pull-ups, getting to those elbows where he quite literally didn't miss. But it was like I still get the comp, whereas Shea he makes so few mistakes. It's like he doesn't turn the ball over. When he shoots the ball, it seems like it goes in 7 times out of 10. If you foul him, he's going to make the free throws. It's like there's so little negative in what he's doing at all times. So it's like, damn, he gets to this mid-range shot, 50+%. Step back threes, 44%. Gets to the basket, 70+%. Gets to the free throw line, 90%. It's like, what is, and he's able to get to all of these areas comfortably because the handle is out of this world. Is he the greatest passer? No. But do I have to worry about him throwing shit to the third row turnover? No. Do I have to worry about him throwing live ball turnovers? No. It's just going to lead to something positive every time that man has the basketball. It's incredible. Now, as far as on-ball player, I mean, LeBron, right? But season, I do think Shea's season is up there with, I think you can argue this season with anybody else. Now, does he always win the argument? Maybe, maybe not. But no, this is what Shea did this year is absolutely incredible.
Crazy.
Not to mention the best closer in the game this year as well. So it's like, what the fuck are we
nigga didn't
actually
miss in the
talking
fourth
about?
quarter for like 2 weeks, I think. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You made a compelling case. I'm not gonna lie. You made a compelling case. Yeah. He's good. Hey, Shea's good, man.
Yeah, really good, man.
I like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Was there anything else you wanted to ask, James?
Nah, I think that was it. But yeah, that's one thing about CP3 that gets underrated. Like his scoring, bro. Like his scoring was really underrated. We're like,
yeah, people try to act like Steve Nash is as good as him. It's actually crazy.
I mean,
thanks for coming up, Jay. Yeah,
volume
thanks for coming up,
crazy.
Jay. You just set up Chris Steve Nash for slander, so you can get out of it. My bad. We don't do that around here. Let's see if Nate is back with us. Nate.
Okay, is it working again?
Oh, he is British. Okay, this is
Yeah.
Oh, so it's working. Fuck sake. Okay, cool. But no, I was up here before. I think it was around November time. I was up here once.
Oh, the old show that we cannot name. Okay.
Yeah. I was up here with that, so I'm glad you guys are back. And I wanted to say, yeah, real talk. In that show that was on, I told him that SGAD season is best in the world and he's gonna win MVP. And you were still on Jokic's side. And I told you by the end of the season, he's definitely getting MVP. And you're bringing me all these true shooting. And so what happened to that now?
He got hurt.
No. Oh, okay. Shea got hurt.
Yeah, but it was after Jokic got hurt. It was after Jokic got hurt.
Yeah, but it's like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that serious of an injury to me.
Yeah, but then he came back and sucked.
Okay, first.
To be fair, Shea, the level Jokic was playing at early on, I think, he probably was my MVP at that point. But Shea just kept things up and Jokic didn't. It's really that simple. Like, it's not even there's nothing else to say. Shea kept his level up. Jokic didn't. Shea the MVP. Like, there's not much else to it. Like, yeah, you was right. Go play. But
No, and the other thing is, right, because I've watched you guys, and real talk, when you mentioned that Luca had the best highs, right? I'm like, are we just forgetting what Shea was doing in November and December when he was averaging like 32 on 70% true shooting in the 2 months, in both months? So I'm just like, yes, Luca was averaging 30, 38 on 62, 63. But it's like Shea was averaging 32 on 70 true shooting. So it's like, how Shea's high is not better than Luca's high? Huh?
Because I don't just determine that just solely off like point per game and true shooting. Because at that point, also like Luca is still very much so the better passer and playmaker out of the two. So
Yeah, that's true.
whenever Luca does close the gap as far as the scoring efficiency, like I do think he's still the better offensive player. But it's
you just said Shea might be having the best on-ball season ever.
yeah, but the guy that he just overtook is the guy that I'm talking about. So I
Yeah,
still think
exactly.
when
But he
that
overtook him. But that's my point.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Now, these 2 seasons, it's not like I got Shea here and Luca, but when Luca does hit his ceiling as an offensive player, I probably still have him as the best offensive player in the league.
Oh, you think he's gonna get better than this?
So
But
we
he
still
just
don't know
doesn't. He
for
doesn't hit that. He doesn't hit it as often as Shea and Jokic. That's his problem. That's the conundrum with like ranking Luca because he's more on off than the other two. But yeah, no, I mean Shea's highs are still phenomenally high. I'm not saying that to knock Shea is just I think when Luca's operating at his level, um, yeah, it's a
Oh,
sight to behold. To be honest
I
with
know.
you,
Also, to me, it's like
it's a
past.
religious experience. Is that what the gets said about Jokic? Did Damien say that when Jokic had that 50-something point game or something?
yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Damien, man. Shout out to
hmm
Damien.
Yeah. Also, to me, it's like passing. I don't know. Passing to me is a bit overrated. Like when you guys
Elaborate.
bring up, for example, right? When you guys would bring up like, oh, D Wade's a better passer than Shea. Luca's a better. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I've played ball as well, right? And it's like, if someone's a great passer, but it's like I'm still the better scorer. Like I don't need to pass. Look, their part of their game is passing, but I don't need to pass, and I can still get buckets efficiently without passing to my teammate. And I think I don't know my offense, like me without passing, can still lead to a better offense than someone who's has a great skill, passing skill. So it's like
Oh,
when people when you
yeah,
guys
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like when you try to bring up like oh D Wade's a better passer, trying to list all these things. I'm like, but Shea's just way more consistent bucket getter, and you can't really stop it. So it's like yes, you can pass, but it's like I don't know. It doesn't really mean much to me. As it doesn't weigh as much on the scale.
I agree with the philosophy. I don't I don't agree that passing is overrated, but I agree with your explanation for why passing is overrated. Does that make sense?
Okay, okay.
Like I agree with what you're saying. I don't agree with the conclusion that passing is overrated because of what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Okay,
do,
maybe
yeah.
maybe
But I do
overrated
agree
is
with
a bit.
everything else, though.
Yeah.
I do agree. Because I think if you're driving elite offense off the strength of your scoring, you being a better passer than me doesn't really matter. Because for me, if I'm evaluating weaknesses are what matter. Like if Shea's passing made him less effective
Yeah,
in
yeah.
comparison to X player, then I'll be like, okay, passing matters. But it doesn't. Not this year anyway. Last year in the playoffs, I could argue it did, which is why I think it was important. But like this year, it's like Shea's passing hasn't held him back in any way. Like he's just so good at scoring. Plus, like he's a good enough passer to where he leverages the attention he draws anyway. That it doesn't matter that someone else is a better passer than him. But then there's other players who do the same with their scoring. Whereas like They're so good at passing and creating for their teammates that they don't need to be as good of a scorer as someone else to drive the same offensive results as other people. Magic Johnson, I think, is an example of that. He doesn't need to score like Dwayne Wade to be a better offensive player than Dwayne Wade. He just doesn't. Like he doesn't need to part respectfully. He doesn't. LaMelo is an example of that in the game right now. LaMelo doesn't need to score as well as other people to be driving better offense than they drive because he's so good at playmaking and creating for his teammates that he doesn't need to do that. The elephant in the room is obviously Steve Nash. Steve Nash did not need to do that. But like there's a bunch, and then there's other players who need to combine their scoring and passing to drive that level of offense. Maybe like a James Harden, for example. So like everyone's different, but it all comes down to how do you drive success and winning and all of that stuff. And some players don't need to pass as well as others to do that. And I think Shea is a good example of that. Michael Jordan is also another example of that. Kobe Bryant's another example of that. They don't need to pass as well as, like, I think if you ask me to rank them as passers, D Wade, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, D Wade would probably be my number one. Kobe would be my number two. Michael Jordan would be my number three. But then if you ask me to rank them as offensive players, Michael Jordan would be my number one. Kobe would be my number two. D Wade would be my number three. So like, even though I rank them basically in reverse order as passers versus offensive players. So I just don't think it changes that much for me anyway. But yeah, so I agree, but disagree at the same time. Yeah.
Also, I just want to say I'm on Real Talk side when it comes to Magic, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what people see with this guy, bro. It's like I would rather have Steve Nash. It's like
okay, never mind. You cooking. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Now you want to switch? Yeah, because on that list, I think I had Magic 7th or 6th on the Nick Rats like list. I think I had him like 7th or 6th, and that's mainly because of respect. Mainly because of. Because there's so many other.
You guys need to stop this respect gimmick. I'm not gonna lie. You can't say, "Oh no, I'm having him here out of respect," and you have him at 7. You've already disrespected him. You don't.
Oh, that's not disrespectful. How is saying Dwayne Wade is better disrespectful? How is that disrespectful?
You can't be like, I'm gonna have Magic above Luka simply out of respect. But yeah, I have 6 other guards above Magic. No,
so do you think I need to do with Magic what I've done with Russell and Wilt?
I'm saying what you need to do to Magic is rank him where you truly believe he is, not this nonsense.
So I'm gonna start putting Magic with Wilt. I have Wilt and Bill in honorable mentions. So I don't rank them because I say it's too hard to judge them. But I still can't. I can't.
Michael Jordan.
I know, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Wilt and Bill, they're so to contextualize their playing environment and the league that they played in. And when I watch them, do I honestly think they're a better basketball player than some of these players that they get ranked over? I personally don't. Maybe Wilt, because he's actually like one of the one-of-one talented players we've ever seen in the league still to this day. But even then, I put them in honorable mentions because I just think it's too hard to contextualize what they're doing. That's why also I just think, again, I mentioned this before, y'all's defensive arguments to where it just boils down to, well, because of his environment in the league he was playing in, the rest of this has to be the defensive. Like, I get it, but that shit's lame, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, the guy also just guarded 1 through 5 and was the best rim protector ever. So, regardless of
that shit's lame. I get it. Best rim protector against 5'8" white guys. Got it. Okay, cool.
He was the best rim protector.
No.
Bill Russell was the best rim protector and perimeter defender in the league simultaneously. I just want to make sure we know that.
It was
no one was better than him
in the league.
And one of them is Jerry West, who you said is better than Magic.
I said 16 niggas. You're missing it. There's not like, again, it's too much.
One of them was Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson was one of us.
Bro,
one of you.
Look,
not one of me.
Bro.
Close enough.
KG's a better defender than Bill Russell. I'm sorry, he is. He is.
I'm not about to slander KG, so you know what I'm saying.
Anthony Davis is too. I know.
He think just because he's a host, he's just free to say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Nate, was there anything else you wanted to go off?
Oh yeah. I also wanted to just talk about Chet. because I'm an OKC, well, I'm a Shea fan and a bit on OKC. Shea and Steph fan. But with Chet, I definitely agree with Real Talk as well with that one. It's like I think he's pretty much hit his ceiling offensively. Because unless he gets bigger, puts on some weight, I just don't. He relies too much on drop shots. Even when I'll be watching games and he doesn't attack the basket as much, uh, even when he's got wings or someone else his size, he relies too much on turnaround fades. Uh, fucking free. To be fair, his 3-point shooting has gone better. At the start of the season, it was a bit slower, but I think it's gone a bit quicker, so it's allowing him to get off. But I don't know. He doesn't have as much scoring aggression. He tries to dribble too. He tries to dribble, but his handles are not there. I think he's trying to be like Wemby or something, but his handles are not there. So he tends to get stripped too many times for my liking. And I think he's defensively.
Funny enough, I actually think he has a better handle than Wemby. Actually.
Oh, you think?
Mm.
I think Wemby.
I don't want either one of them dribbling for real, but
yeah,
there's not many 7-footers ever I want dribbling. I'm not gonna lie. The list might stop after KG and KD. I don't know if I want any other 7-footers dribbling.
I was cool with Lamar, but is Lamar's 7 foot? He might like 6'11", 6'10", something like that.
He's 6'10". Nah, he about Ben Simmons height. I'm fine with some 6'10" guys dribbling, but 7-footers, yeah, it's probably just KG and KD. If you're named Kevin, you can dribble a little bit. Other than that, you kind of cooked.
Even KG he wasn't really dribbling that much.
Yeah, he wasn't going to dribble a whole lot.
Oh, Giannis.
He doesn't.
6'11".
Same.
No, Giannis too. Yeah, Giannis too for sure.
Giannis is more on the fast break as well. Like on the half court, like Giannis would not be dribbling like that. He should not be dribbling.
Giannis has a tight handle. Like I don't want Giannis to be my primary ball handler, but I'm fine with Giannis creating for himself in the half court regardless. Just his handle's good. Anyone else? Yeah, I think those are probably the only three.
Your GOAT? Embiid?
That's not the same dribbling we're talking about. That's
You're
like
talking about like
I'm talking about like top of the key initiation. Yeah, like initiation dribbling, not 2 dribbles, hezzy pool. Like that's kind of different. But Embiid has the best center handle.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Even now, I think he still does.
Jokic, probably.
No,
handle not just bing, bing, bing. You know what I'm saying? Handle is Embiid got it, bro. I was trying
to know what you was trying to get off. I don't even know what you was trying to get off.
Now you're moving like Ox. It's like when Ox say like handle is not. What did he say? I forgot what he says about the handle.
Man, I heard Ox say Tim Duncan handle not worse than Kobe's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ox. Shout out to Ox. He a free spirit.
I really get to say some shit, but I even get some
shout
shit
out to Ox, man. Yeah. We love Ox. We love Ox.
Was
anything else you wanted to go?
No. Oh no. One more thing. Yeah, you guys need to stop letting Swiper just let the amount of shit he say, the disses he does about a Shea. Like he would just say some shit, right? You guys would be talking about something negative, and then he would just be like, "Yeah, but Shay's office is this bad, and you don't see us talking. You don't see us saying something negative about him. Like whenever you guys mention something negative, he bring up Shay's name. He never brings up Jokic. He will never bring up Jokic. He will always bring up Shay's name, and then try bring it back, say something positive at the end. He always does this bullshit every time, but no one ever clocks onto it. Jordan does sometimes, but it's like you guys.
No, trust me. I notice it.
We will notice.
Just that I'm already deemed such a anti-Denver, anti-Jokic, anti-swiper person that I just like let it be. Even last night, he sends out a ridiculous tweet, right? Oh my goodness. Denny out here is hooping, looking like Shay.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, we see what he's doing. Trust
Zero
me, we see
mid-range
it.
jumpers looking like
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. We see what he's doing. It's just, we don't address it, but trust me, we do. We get it.
It's what he's
He
always
is
done when
the
it comes to
king of
Jokic's
passive-aggressive.
MVP rival. He used to do this all the time when it came to Embiid, all the time when it came to Giannis. What we talking about? We're talking about something. Giannis' defense fell off. Cool, I guess. Relevant to the conversation in some way. I get Embiid playoff dropping. Cool, sure, whatever. It's just what he does when someone's a rival to Jokic. Shout out to Swiper.
Anyway,
really
appreciate you guys
objective.
bringing me up.
Thanks for fixing your microphone. Merry Christmas. Who's next? We have 4 people with cameras on in the back. You guys are gonna have 5 minutes each. So
yeah, Mister, we're gonna
in my defense, people just started showing up late, and I'm a nice guy. Desta was here first, so hello,
So,
Desta.
fellas,
Hey,
what's up, my boy?
that boy Desto, man. I ain't talked to Desto in a minute, man. How you been?
Well,
Good,
you
man,
got 5
good.
minutes to talk to him. So,
Hey,
make
what's
it
up,
count.
y'all? Hey, so I had a question. So, Mars, I seen earlier you were saying how Danny wasn't all NBA for you. He wasn't, I guess, the all NBA caliber yet for you. But you said he would still be ahead of Jalen Johnson, right?
Yeah.
So my question really is about Jalen Johnson. What does he have to do to reach your standard of all NBA? For me, I had him on my team, but my standard for all NBA isn't as crazy, especially with the rule now, with a lot of people being hurt and stuff. So, but what does Jalen Johnson have to do to get to?
He's got there's 2 avenues. One is get back to where his defense was a year or 2 ago. If he can get back to like being a legitimately good defender, I can overlook some of the offensive shortcomings. But if he's not going to do that because of the offensive burden, I think it is solely just based on his ability to create his own offense in terms of scoring. So if he can improve is just like his intermediate game, if he can have more control, more touch as a driver, those types of things, because I said it earlier, like 41% true shooting in isolation is criminal. Like that's not gonna cut it for me. If he can become a legitimate isolation threat where if you put a small on him, he's either able to put them in the post or get by them off the dribble with his first step, his craft as a driver, basically the things Denny can do. If he's able to just beat smalls off the bounce, or if someone's too big, he's too fast, like if he's able to just be that consistent mismatch, then I think he would become like that all NBA caliber player. Because if you combine that with his transition play, his passing, and then now he's this threat to create for himself as a scorer without a pick and roll, then it's like, okay, now we're talking an all NBA caliber guy. So those are the 2 avenues. And if he addresses both of them, now we're breaking into like serious territory of like top 10 caliber player. So that's really it. Because I like Jalen Johnson. I just
Me too. He's a little bit of a transition merchant, but I do like Jalen. Do you think did he make a leap as a playmaker, or was it just like volume? Like I
think he's better than he was. But he's always been a really good passer.
Yeah.
That was like the allure with him as a prospect, even if he didn't play a whole lot. He's a wing who can like legitimately pass the ball and be really good in transition. And he's kind of just maxed out both of those skills now in year 5. Is he year 5? I think.
Maybe. That's at most year 5.
Yes. So yeah, he's really like kind of those 2 skills have like really translated. It's just the rest of his game. But yeah, I think his passing isn't like noticeably better than it was like last year, in my opinion. It's more of an opportunity thing, but he is like marginally better in that regard.
You need to check the private chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need there's a ban.
Oh, but to be fair, I agree with this guy.
That's crazy.
I agree with him.
That's crazy. But
he's
yeah,
gone.
That's I didn't want to take up too much time. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Real talk. I seen you earlier Monday. You was talking about you might go to that game. I'm going to game 3, so Hey man,
Type, hey man, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit you if I end
I'm
up
in
going.
there.
I gotta see it because
Yeah.
it's gonna be for me. Do I want to spend money or make
Yeah.
money that day?
See,
It's
what
really
happened was
gonna
like
be.
when the Rockets tickets dropped when they first made the
Mhm.
playoffs. My homie he bought first home game. Don't matter if it would have been game 1 to game 3. He bought the ticket. Don't matter. He know who the matchup was. None of that. So luckily we got the we got the Lakers. So yeah, I'm in the
man.
building.
I'm
in the
but
building. So
yeah, KD and Bron in the playoffs, and you said it.
yeah,
You
man.
gotta go to at least.
Got to, man. Got to. All right, appreciate y'all, man. That's all I got.
All right,
Merry
Desto.
Christmas.
Yes, sir.
He took only 4.5 minutes, so someone's about to get an extra 30 seconds. It's football breakdown. Hello, welcome.
What's good, y'all? What's
what
so
are
funny?
you trying to go?
Why is I mean the laughing from Real Talk because you already know what's about.
No, bro. I just genuinely enjoy your appearances, man. That's really it, bro. What we getting off today? What we getting off?
That makes me happy. No, Shay. No, I'm just been really impressed with Shay. Just to go on the Shay stuff and kind of, it's just funny the hypocrisy from the people that praise the PRA merchant and then don't say Shay's the best, because it's just really funny to me that Shay is like the new version of Jordan, right? You would call him the new version of, in terms of how he approaches the game, how he plays. So theoretically, right, those who say Jordan is better than the other well-rounded guy who's in the GOAT debate, right, who has less winning, right? In that dynamic, they're like, yeah, sure, Bron's more well-rounded. He gets more rebounds, he gets more assists, but he doesn't win as much. He doesn't have as many rings. It's real funny that someone who gets more PRA is in the same era as a guy who plays like Jordan, is winning more, is in a team that looks in a similar realm in terms of being elite defensively, with a guy who's elite from the mid range and leads the league, or close to leading the league in scoring, is a mid range assassin, efficient with his movements, doesn't turn the ball over, averages 30, has a high scoring floor. It's interesting that the guy who continues to win, and even when they played against each other, he outplayed the PRA guy, right, who's supposed to be the best player in the league, head to head, with more points, more assists, and less turnovers. That he won head to head, continues to win, has the best record in the league in back-to-back years, and is a heavy favorite to win the chip. It's funny that guy is not seen as the best, but the guy who's only been to one final, whereas they try to act like he's Bron, who's been to 10, is seen as the best player in the league. I just find that funny. The hypocrisy is kind of funny to me, because you would think the people who have Jordan over Bron because of those reasons, even though Bron's clearly the more well-rounded player, you would think they would have Shea over Jokic, but they don't. They have Jokic over Shea. Why is that?
Why is that, Roto?
I mean, I get the correlation that you're making. And even in the Bron MJ one, like Bron also plays defense. So that's even more of a positive, where Nikola Jokic
and Bron won a lot more. I mean, it's not they're like Swiper was like, I remember Swiper made a comparison, was like, oh, even Bron lost. Yeah, the guy with the most playoff series win ever. Yeah. That's comparable to the guy who's been to one finals in his whole career. Because that's comparable. So
football, I want to know, like, here's what I want to know, like, seriously. Where do you think Shay's the best player in the league, right? Or do you? Let me ask you.
I think to me, like, yes, because it's tough. Like, I don't think it's clear, right? If someone says Shea is the best player in the league, I won't argue. If someone say Jokic is the best player in the league, genuinely, I won't be mad at the take. I think Shea is the best player in the league.
Jokic is the best player in the league.
No, I really don't. It's not, to me, it's not definitive. No, I don't, though. I really don't think he's the best player in the league, because I think his defense is really bad for a center, right? And two, I especially with the game when they played and Shea was missing all those his main guys, and they still won. I think Shea's taking his game to another level. I'm always love to see the guys in the repeat season, because I always think there's another jump. Once they get that confidence and that quote unquote championship monkey off their back, I think that's when they really it's like they take it to another level. So I'm really excited to see Shea in this postseason. And I think he's going to prove that he's unequivocally the best player in the league. I just think that Luka and Jokic or the other contenders have these massive flaws and can be exploited, whereas Shea's scoring ability and his playmaking is actually very underrated in the league. Like people talk about Jokic just like that guy was talking about how passing is overrated. No, I think assist numbers and totals are overrated. Like just looking at a guy's assist box score and saying, oh, he's in the realm of certain passers. Like you can never convince me Jokic is a Jason Kidd level passer or a Nash level passer or a CP3 level passer. You can never. I've watched all these guys play. Like I've seen Jason Kidd dominate games without scoring the ball. You can say that with Jokic, but it's like when you really contextualize the assist numbers, which I think is the primary reason why people say Jokic is an elite passer. When you contextualize his assist numbers and how he gets it, it doesn't come as impressive. And then especially when he plays elite defenses in the playoffs, when they can dictate where he goes with the ball, or the elite defenses don't let free guys roam where he passing to guys off of cuts. I think that's where you see the difference. Whereas guys like Steve Nash can draw defenses in and play off of that more so with the guys who are elite ball handlers. But Shea, to me, I think these playoffs, he's going to show he's the best player in the world unequivocally. And OKC, to me, is going to win the chip. Like, they shot 29% from three last year. They didn't have the championship experience. And if they shoot, like, let's say OKC shoots 35% from three, and Shea has a better, more efficient, because Shea didn't have his best playoffs like on a super elite playoff run last year. So if Shea raises his game and OKC has a better 3-point shooting, like who's going to beat OKC this year?
Denver.
And then there's going to be.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, in the last sentence, and then I'm gonna have to hear, in a few weeks of, why Denver wasn't good enough, and how Cam Johnson didn't show up, and Christian Braun let so and so down, and it's gonna be another year where the PRA merchant doesn't get to a conference finals, and it is what it is. It is what it is. And one last thing, how do y'all think Wemby's gonna do in the postseason? Especially, I feel like the last hit the rib injury is an indication if he could get roughed up physically. Do you think that's going to be any type of? I think he's going to play well, but do you think that could be a hindrance at all in terms of like the physicality of the playoffs, given his frame?
I hope not. Like I hope he's not going to.
Not the injury. I'm just.
Yeah. I think he could. I think teams can try and get physical. I think the Spurs have counters for that.
Right.
Now, does that mean Wemby's going to be his most effective offensively? Maybe not, depending on what teams he matches up against. Portland, for example, just focus on the series they have.
Right.
I can see like Tamani getting under him, forcing him into a couple offensive fouls where he's trying to get him off of him because Tamani draws like the most offensive fouls in the league. I can see that happening, but I don't think is really going to disrupt the Spurs offense that much because of the resources you have to commit to Wemby. Because if you don't put Klingon on Wemby, there's just going to be a bunch of shooters that Klingon's going to have to guard. And if he's going to be consistently helping, then you're giving it to wide open threes. It's going to be probably Champagne he guards, if I had to guess. And if he is on Wemby, then Wemby has the speed advantage. And now you got Klingon and pick and roll having to stay attached to Wemby, giving up driving lanes for his guards. So it just causes problems in that way. But he might only average like 21. So like
I mean, he can afford to. His defense is that transformative. And
as long as he can stifle Portland's offense, his defense is going to be. I mean, yeah, as long as he can stifle Portland's offense, his offense is less consequential, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I do think that Portland's going to be able to have stretches where they guard San Antonio really well. I do think that's on the board and probably going to happen. But what's going to kill Portland this series is that Wemby's going to be able to stay next to the rim and they're gonna lose because
it's weird. We actually haven't seen Wemby play against Portland this year. He's missed all.
Yeah, he hasn't played at all. Yeah,
we
Really?
have nothing to. Yeah, we have nothing to go. Spurs are still 2-1, so they won the series, but they haven't actually played against Wemby. So it's going to be entirely new to us. But football, you ended up getting 9.5 minutes, which means the next person has 30 seconds. So our football breakdown.
All right, football, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Dev, you got 30
Always.
seconds.
Dev.
Dev, you got 30 seconds. Go.
All right. The Hawks are beating Knicks. Respect Jalen Johnson. I understand that, but that's my hot take on it. Protect the Hawks, defend my Hawks. Hawks in 7. Nikhil is gonna average 20 in series. Jalen Brunson is gonna be a box by Dyson Daniels, Kuminga, and Nikhil. Zachary say sucks. We shouldn't have drafted him. Please, let's get Kingston Flemings. And I think that's 30 seconds, hopefully.
No, you had about 5 seconds left.
And also, how you feel about Nikhil this season? Did he improve, or you think it's just volume?
Oh, at first I thought it was volume. Nah, that guy just turned into a demon. I don't know when he just started shooting like this. He's shooting like 9% from the line. He ain't never done that. To close the year, he's shooting like 45% from 3 on ridiculous shots, by the way, movement shots, catch and shoots, contested off the dribble. Nikhil got better, like for sure. So I'm gonna give him his flowers. He not my most improved, still Ryan Rollins, but he number 2 for me. He number 2.
My bias is he's Nikhil, but Ryan Rollins deserves it. Real talk, you've been going crazy on your channel. Mars, I'm gonna see you at Discord.
Appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you.
He was about a minute, but I'm gonna give him credit because he got that done as fast as possible. So shout out to you, Dev. But because he was a minute, that means Jerry has 4.5 minutes. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Wait, I can't hear you guys.
Hello?
Damn. He can't hear us. It's
refresh or something. Refresh.
Okay. Here you go.
There you go.
What'd y'all say when I came in?
We said hello.
I said, well, hey, Jerry. That's what I said.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, so I'm gonna make it quick because football took like everybody minutes.
He did.
I know Mars guy is about to play, and I'm just gonna say Mars. I'm an MB guy too. The first time Real Talk seen one of my videos, he was flaming me for having Embiid at number 2 going into the season. Just want to throw that out there.
That is true. I remember that.
Yeah. I also want to throw out there, Wilt, Kareem, and Bill are my honorable mentions too. But I think it's super hilarious that you put Magic in there and not Bird. That is hilarious to me.
Look, Bird, Magic again. Well, I'd rather do that than
throw him down the list. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just rather do that.
I got you. And then I want to say,
because that nigga not better than Tracy McGrady, but we can keep
I'm with you. But that's LA great.
We've cultivated an audience of Magic haters. This is bad. Shay's winning.
I really started the movement.
Yeah, Shay's winning the poll against Magic right now.
The Lakers.
So.
I think it sucks that we had our best stretch of the season by far. And then we lost Austin and Luka at the same time, bro. Like, even if you want to be a little delusional, like, it just went out the window in one game.
It really did.
And then I'm looking at Denver and I'm like, bro, why are they so lucky and we aren't? Like, what did we do to deserve this?
Well, to be fair, Denver's been dealing with injury.
Yeah, but they're getting healthy now. Is what
they are getting healthy.
Yeah,
going into the playoffs. But
why couldn't Luka just get hurt like 4 weeks ago?
I get what you're saying. It is very unfortunate. The reason why I'm not even like too down about it is because realistically speaking, okay, we would have got past the Rockets to then get blitzed. Like at the end of the day, it's like we weren't winning anything this year anyway, so it is. Like those, every time I use, okay, we're about to play OKC. This can be a good litmus test as to should I actually start believing in this team as a real, like, we might.
Every time you expect levels to be shown about this Boston.
Exactly, and then every time, like those OKC games were such a reminder. Like, yeah, putting together good stretches in the season. Cool. Good job, guys. Nowhere near championship contending team. Like the way that they gave us belt to ours that that consistently that bad, I was like, yeah, we're not. So
Yeah, so
it's unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't
so
really
since Luca went down, I've been hoping that the Rockets would get the spot because like I'm a KD stan, so I'm kind of happy that they're gonna like ease to the next round. But the last thing I'm gonna get off before I get off of here is to break down football breakdowns point. Swiper is really nasty, man. Like,
Oh my god.
like hear me out. I don't know if y'all peeped.
Mhm.
I know y'all peeped like when you see his rivals, like when Jokic has a rival out, he'll bash him. Y'all peep that.
Yeah,
I
for
don't know
sure.
if y'all peeped how he boosts Rudy Gobert now. And he wants his place in NBA history to be remembered. But it's really because
I get
Jokic be giving
yeah,
belt.
yeah. I know
Like-
that's what he be doing. Yep.
Like this guy he's nasty, man. Shout out to y'all though. I appreciate everything y'all be doing. Like y'all are entertaining. Y'all too, in particular, y'all be running PC and appreciate y'all for having me.
Merry Christmas. Thanks for
Appreciate you,
pulling up.
gang. Appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna get Swiper to unblock you. Don't worry. I'm gonna work my magic. I'm gonna get Swiper to unblock you. You're gonna be back on the timeline.
Now, did you dox?
No, like I don't even know what he was talking about. That was super weird to me.
I did want you to at least be able to say your side of that, because that is a wild allegation. You know,
Yeah, I like
because
sent the
doxing
I
is
sent the
crazy.
super chat and like he left before the super chat came up, but I was super confused at what he was talking about.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I can't hear Mars for some reason. I don't know why.
So I had said something to the effect of Jerry like doxed him or implied it kind of that he had doxed him or something. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
he wouldn't explain when I asked him what is he talking about.
So
I know Jerry was one of those. Interesting. Okay, good to know.
what to do?
We're at risk. We're at risk. Let me turn my VPN on right now. I ain't trying to get back to
I'm not one of them Mars.
Scary hours.
You know, you've never turned it off. I don't even know why you acting like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we hidden right now. Yeah, we in New York right now as we speak.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We're in New York. Anyway, thank you for pulling up, Jerry. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Lakers in 6.
Appreciate you, Jerry, man.
There you go. We have a person backstage with no camera on, and I'm not bringing them up. So yeah, fuck you, Mondon. JD13 said, "Who has the best handle of all time at the small forward position?" For me, it's Paul George. Who do you think?
Kawhi's up there. Bron up there. KD up there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with PG though. If we just talking about life, I'm going PG.
If I just throw in a sneaky Denny Avdia.
That's not bad. That little bink he set up last night to get that little last bucket, bruh. That's impressive for a guy of that size. The fact that I'm actually going to do a breakdown on Denny Avdia. I get so interested in players and where he's going to his right hand. Like we all know this. And they still manufacture a way to still do it. It's so interesting to me. It's like damn near the definition of unstoppable. It's like,
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Spurs defend him because, like you said, everyone knows he's going right. Like everyone knows he's going right. So I'm curious to see how they defend him. KB's gonna unsubscribe from your channel when you make a Denny video, by the way. So just keep up with that. But with all that being said, Roto, where can the people find you?
you can find me at Real Talk EJLT on YouTube, Real Talk EJLT on Twitter, Real Talk EJRT on Twitch. Those are where I am currently, and then of course, you know, we do the Saturday episodes. Hopefully, Saturday night.
Yeah, hopefully if the
Hopefully
Lakers are up 1-0.
Saturday night.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But I just want y'all to know that Mars once again failed miserably at his job today. So W Mars.
This wouldn't happen. Real Talk was 2 minutes late. That's really what ruined everything. Because I'm gonna be honest, the moment we was getting ready to get out of here, like there was only one person backstage. If we would have started the show on time, everyone else was gonna start filing in after the fact, because the show would have been done by now. So really, it's Real Talk's fault that we ended up going overtime. But anyway, thank you for everyone for pulling up. Obviously, this show would not be possible without you guys' contributions. It would just be me and Real Talk talking, and that would have me not wanting to do this. So, shout out to you guys for being here. Like the video if you haven't. Like Real Talk said, Saturday if the Lakers win, if not, another day. Here Wednesdays every week, 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. We'll figure it out. Subscribe.
I'm wondering, should we just change the schedule entirely for the playoffs and just do 2 weekday days, like Monday and Thursday? So then it could just be like during this time of day where we know games aren't being played.
So forget all the people who forget everyone who you said has jobs, right? Just forget that.
I know, but there are so many games. No, but there are so many games. So I don't know. We'll figure it out though. But
yeah, we can, you know, yeah, it's possible.
We're gonna do Saturday night though. It's confirmed. I just hit Omar's agent. They said he'll be there. So we're doing Saturday.
I guess I'll be there. Shout out to everyone for watching. Merry Christmas. And are you on the panel tomorrow? Because you wasn't on today.
I was supposed to be on today. I had something come up, and so I wasn't able to make it. So I don't know if I'll be on there the rest of the week, but I was scheduled to be on there today, though. But I just wasn't able to
avoiding his employment. Salute. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas and goodbye, Dab. There we go. Goodbye, everyone.